We be live. Hello, Durud and Shalom.
Welcome back, everybody.
Oh,
Today,
I forgot. Wait. I forgot. My name is Armin Navabi.
and I'm Ali Salmani. So today we're going to be talking about how this is the moment of truth. Will Donald Trump's timeline and deadline be true to his word, or is it just going to be another thing where we hear the talks are going good? Today is Friday, ladies and gentlemen, and that means it's time for strikes. There are currently 10 United States Air Force refueling tankers over the Persian Gulf and its surrounding area, which is a very high amount compared to the past couple of days where we've only seen maybe 2 or 3. This could be the night. And we have a clip from Donald Trump from today where he explicitly mentions he's late for something. Let's see what he's late for.
I didn't know I was going to have so many people. I'll be here all day. If you could go quickly, I would appreciate it because we have a war to prosecute, okay? That's my excuse for getting out of here a little bit early. But I've done my thing only in the sense that we're spending hundreds of millions of dollars and even billions of dollars.
So he's got to get out of there early to go prosecute a war. Again, it's Friday. Markets are closed. Refueling tankers are up in the air. We know that CENTCOM's airlifts have slowed down to a trickle. What does that mean? It means everything that CENTCOM needs is there. Now they're conducting maintenance operations and everything's ready to go. Remember, we've been keeping track of everything for you guys. We know that the Patriot missile interceptors from Japan and Korea and Germany and other bases in Europe and around the world have been flown into the Middle East. I just found out last night through a lot of different Congress analysts that not only were those flown in, but we evacuated northern Iraq of Patriot missile interceptors and THAAD systems. We brought them over to Jordan, Israel, other bases. We're actually also moving interceptors from Qatar and some in Saudi Arabia to other bases in the Middle East that are further away from the Islamic Republic. Armin, you remember when the MOU, quote unquote, was signed, the refueling tankers got moved to Qatar. And you said that's because things are slowing down, right?
Slowing down, so they're safer. They're safe over there.
Not only are all those refueling tankers gone out of Qatar, but the Patriot missile systems are also gone. The troops are also mostly evacuated out of these areas. And this is news that just reached me last night, and it's not being reported in most places. So a lot of down low, low-key information has been happening over the past 24 hours. And we'll get into that a little bit later. There's a new headline coming out of the Islamic Republic. Not only is there a new ringleader, terrorist, mullah that's trying to take power, but a lot of Israeli channels, according to citing Iranian officials, quote unquote, are saying that Mujtaba Khamenei is dying. He's headed to the hospital. He's on his last leg. He's in critical condition. He may die anytime. We've heard this before, but that's an interesting headline for it to come out of right now. Have you heard anything about that?
Who's saying that? Is it Channel 14?
Channel 14, Khan News, different Israeli news channels are reporting this.
Okay.
Now CNN is reporting this. It's
Okay. So we have to be careful because sometimes Channel 14 is. Do all of them link to Channel 14? Because recently, throughout this war, we've seen Channel 14 come up with some of them have been correct, to be fair, but some crazy stuff that didn't end up, being right. So we have to be careful.
Yeah, crazy stuff. It doesn't really matter, does it? Mujtaba Khamenei, whether he's alive or not, he's going to be pushed aside eventually. There's going to be some new supreme leader that's going to try and pull the regime supporters together. I think that's the way that we're headed. And we actually talked about that, didn't we? We said that Ali Khomeini, the grandson of the first supreme leader, could be a possible candidate for the next supreme leader. But could it possibly even be Kharazi who's trying to push himself into that position? He's trying to position himself for that.
Kharrazi, I have some videos from him that I need to show to you guys today. Oh my
Yeah.
God, he's making such a big deal. Like, what do you have? Because I have so much. I have some guys. We have a new character unlocked, a new mullah. I mean, he's not new; he's ancient, but he's new.
Yeah.
He's a newly viral mullah that is changing everything. He just came out of nowhere. Like one day, nobody knows who Kharrazi is. And the next day, everybody is talking about Kharrazi because he just threw a grenade in the middle of all of the politics of the Islamic Republic. And there's so much to talk about this guy that I don't even know where to start. Maybe
Yeah,
we
he said
could
a
tell
couple
people
things.
that, yeah, the way, okay, let me just tell you before Ali goes through them. I just want to tell you guys from an Iranian perspective, he has said so many things that are huge and mind-blowing. But I guess for the non-Iranians, the most, I guess the thing that will start getting your attention is that he is pushing for the Islamic Republic to build a nuclear bomb and use a nuclear bomb right away. Like not even negotiate after by having it, negotiate by using it. But that's the least controversial stuff that he has said. But I think that's what gets Western's interest the most. But many of the other things that he has said is a lot more significant. So yeah, let's go through it, Ellie. You want to share your screen?
This is a mullah who is claiming he wants to, how do I say this in a way that is friendly? He would like to unalive people who don't follow hijab. So all the women who currently in Iran, most people don't wear hijab. He wants to go after them very hardcore. He wants to go out and eliminate them completely. And he says if the government gets involved in trying to stop you from doing that, eliminate the government officials too. This guy's going for everyone. I'm not going to play this clip. It's about a minute long. Should I play it? Okay. Because I know
right,
you
let me
listen
just
to
tell you the
this.
summary.
Yeah.
Okay, play it. I'll give you the summary.
بیرهنگی کسی که برهنگی باید کشنش حکمش تضریبه و بعدش هم اگه تضریب گوش نکرد اصرار داشت حکمش قتل. اگر ما پس اومدیم یک جمعیت 50000 نفری رو در تهران راه انداختیم تو خیابون ها اینا رو شدن به حرکت کردن و هر بی‌حجابی که رسیدن با تندی با او برخورد کردن. تمام میشه دیگه. دولت مگه میذاره؟ خب همین دیگه اشکال سر همین. وقتی که شما 50000 نفر وارد عمل شدید دولت دیگه جرئت نمیکنه چون میدونه نفر بعدی خودشه. همین بچه‌ها حزب که تو خیابون هستن میریزن توی ارگان‌ها نهادها همون نگارا رو میگیره. شما میخواد بکنه دولت فعلی دولت شیطانی است.
Okay, so he's calling this.
اونا با چی در واقع حاکمن الان؟ به خاطر بیدینیشون. موضوع
Can you hear me? I think your audio cut out for me all of a sudden. Yeah, people are saying muted. Can you guys hear me? Okay, Armin's muted for some reason.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, sorry about that. So I don't know why I think I need to buy a new wire for my microphone. It gets disconnected from time to time. So guys, he's saying that the Islamic Republic is the government of the Islamic Republic is demonic, of the devil, right? And he's saying that we will go out and enforce hijab, and not only that, we will, if it comes to it, if we continue playing the video, he says if it comes, we will kill the women who are not wearing the hijab if it comes to it. But he also says somebody in the crowd, a woman in the crowd, has said, like, the government, the Islamic Republic government is not going to let you do that. And then he says, we will kill them as well. Like, we will kill the Islamic Republic officials if they don't let us go and kill the women who are not wearing the hijab. So, and he says that the Islamic Republic is demonic. the officials, the government of the Islamic Republic is demonic. And then he also, if you keep playing it, he's also saying that they're with the Zionists, but they're with the Americans. The Pezeshkian administration is with the devil, with the Americans, and we will kill the government as well if they stand in our way. But guys, there's so much behind the scenes that I need to explain about what's happening. But keep playing it.
رو آمریکا موضوع شیطانه موقعش رسه میگم به پدر اینا هم در میارم منتها زمانی است که ما حداقل توی حزب الله 500,000 نفر نیرو داشته باشیم نیروی فداکار مثل همون مؤمن تاق که باش بگیم آقا حرکت کن به سمت تهران حرکت بکنه. خب نداریم همچین حالاتی رو. ما نیاز داریم به اینکه بچهای حزب الله هر چه سریعتر به تشکیلات حزب الله متصل بشن، همه افرادش هم بپذیرن. طبیعتا ممکن خیلی باشون برخورد کنن، خیلی هم کنن. این اجزا هست. ما چه جور اومدیم وسط میدون. البته غلط میکنن کاری بکنن پدرشون در میاد مگه کسی بخواد کاری بکنه. اسلام اصلا.
Okay. He's saying that we used to have like 500,000 people from Hezbollah that would be able to come do something like this. We don't have that right now. We need to build that. We need to build that infrastructure. Everybody needs to join Hezbollah so that we could do all of this. He says, like, but even with what we have already, what is the government going to do? They're not going to be able to stop us. We will crush them. We will crush them, right? So let me tell you something, Ali. Did I or did I not mention from a few weeks ago that what needs to happen is that they need to refocus attention to hijab? Remember? Did I not say that pretty soon you're going to see these people go back to hijab enforcement talks?
Correct.
Right? Right. Again, I'm not saying this guy is being played. But he's being used, but I'm not saying he's in on it. He's probably not in on it, but he will be used by Ghalibaf people. He should, if Ghalibaf is smart, he will use people like this because this guy is aggressively against Ghalibaf. Not only he's against Ghalibaf, he's against Ghalibaf, Pezeshkian, and the entirety of the Islamic Republic, including the supreme leadership, for not being Islamic. So you would think that Ghalibaf would be the enemy of this person. But if I was Ghalibaf, I would use this person like a grenade that he is. Because look at this. Sarah in the chat is saying, this scares me. And that's why he's so useful to the Islamic Republic. Because many people, when they see this, the rest of the Islamic Republic looks better compared to this. So right now, again, I'm not saying you're doing that, Sarah, but this is the boogeyman that is supposed to make the Islamic Republic look good. Because if you compare what we have right now with the Islamic Republic, or what we could have with the Islamic Republic after they so-called reform, to Pahlavi, nobody would choose the Islamic Republic. But if what Ghalibaf and Pezeshkian and Araghchi and Rouhani and Javad Zarif and Khatami have in mind, if instead of you comparing that to Pahlavi and how prosperous and free Iran could be without the Islamic Republic, if you compare them to this, all of a sudden they look good. So this is a very perfect boogeyman for the skin shedding of the Islamic Republic, as they like to call it.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
And you guys heard it here first. Ghalibaf, the current number one, is going to use this guy and say, hey, it's either me or this guy. It's either me or this guy. Who are you going to choose? If you had to choose between me and this guy, who are you going to choose? I think it's pretty clear who most people are going to choose if they had to.
But that's only the surface level. I have a lot more to say about this if you want me to. So
yeah, do you want to come back to this in a bit, or do you want to say it right now?
Okay, I'll come back to it later.
Okay. Guys, we're going to come back to this part so you guys can understand what's happening or what's going to happen. This is actually what's going to happen within the Islamic Republic. But we have another piece of news for you guys. Something got leaked that shouldn't have gotten leaked. This is a document within the judicial system of the Islamic Republic of Iran. And in this document, what they're talking about is This is to Law Enforcement Command, okay? This is from Law Enforcement Command to the Supreme National Security Council. It says, hey, leaders of the Islamic Republic, because of the war, the bombings, they hit our economic centers, there's a blockade, there's inflation, this and that, people have become unemployed. Because they've become unemployed, dangerous protests have formed. Once again in the market, just like they did in December, the unemployed, the retirees, government employees, market leaders, they're all staging protests. If we don't confront these protests, they will become more widespread than December 2025 protests. So we were able to get this for you guys from DEJ. Shows that they are communicating and talking about this, and they're quite afraid. We've told you guys for a long time. We showed you the student protests. We showed you the unemployed, the retirees, teachers. We showed you them all. We even showed you when they executed people publicly what happened as well. The people came out. They tried to stop it. They got shot at. Any one of these are sparks. At any moment, you can wake up and you can hear the news that the Iranian people have started gathering. They are armed this time. They're marching on their government buildings. And that things have once again from a spark into a full fire. What do you think about this, Armin? This isn't too unusual. You know, it's not unexpected for them to talk about this, but what do you think when this letter from the judiciary gets to the Supreme National Security Council? What are they going to say and talk about?
Wait, can you give me exactly what they're saying in this letter?
Yeah, did you want me to zoom in a lot more? Or?
Yeah. با احترام با احترام بر اعلام معاونت عملیات فراجا مستند به گزارش شورای امنیت کشور و بررسی‌های به عمل آمده حاکیست بمباران مراکز مختلف اقتصادی اختلال جدی و در تولید واردات کالای اساسی بیکاری. Okay, so they're admitting economic devastation due to war. They're basically making it public and out there. So what is your theory on this?
Well, he goes on to say that if these aren't dealt with, these problems aren't dealt with, we're going to have protests that are going to be bigger than the January or December protests.
ضرورت دارد تمامی مسئولین okay. Yeah, so basically this is an admission that, guys, the Islamic Republic has access to a lot more internal data regarding what's happening inside than we do. And if they are suggesting that the economic conditions is going to cause an uprising, that means that they must know something.
Yeah. We also know that the Islamic Republic overplays.
بسیار سخت‌تر از دیما.
Yeah.
So they're saying this time the next uprising is going to even be bigger, much bigger than what happened in January.
Exactly. If they're saying this, by the way, their information is masmalid. It's always trimmed down. These guys don't report accurate information. Okay. If they did, they would lose their jobs. This guy's getting information that's impossible to hide from his underlings. And he's giving this to the highest council in the Islamic Republic, telling them we are screwed if we don't do something fast. The people are going to rise up again. If he's saying that, that means it's a lot worse than what he is thinking.
Ali, do you think that's why the Americans are not? Oh, I just came up with a new theory. I'm just guessing. Okay,
let's hear it.
Is it possible that the Americans have enough information to say, again, guys, I'm not just saying this is true, I'm just thinking out loud. Is it possible that the Americans might have enough information to see that an uprising is imminent?
Correct. And you know how they would see this?
And they don't want to get in the way of that by starting a military operation. Yeah, go on.
It could be so. The only way that they would know that is Prince Reza Pahlavi. He is the only person that can deliver that information to them. Because he has contacts. He has a lot of defections. He is the only one with this information. Even Mossad would not be able to have this information. The reason is simple. Mossad has infiltrations within the Islamic Republic at very high levels, by the way. I would say in the top 15 to 20 top officials in the Islamic Republic. I will bet you any amount of money there is at least one or two of them that are Mossad agents. They're infiltrated, they're turned, they're giving information. But Prince Reza Pahlavi, his contacts within Iran are not only Islamic Republic turncoats, but they're also the ringleaders of the people who determine where to go, when to go, who gets what equipment, weapons, etc. He's the only one that can give them this information. But at the same time, with the military readiness that's happening, there's two things. One, they're going to do a massive operation to further weaken the Islamic Republic and give the Iranian people a 100% chance to be able to have a successful uprising. Or the Iranian people will do all the work in this upcoming phase, and the US will provide perhaps some safety afterwards.
I don't know. Okay, I might say this, and some people might say I'm saying something negative, but I do think Mossad probably has more information. Not the Prince Reza Pahlavi has obviously more connection to the Iranian people than anyone else, but it's hard to gather information as effectively as an intelligence operation with so much money and resources that you have built. Like, I do think, and also I think Prince Reza Pahlavi has the support of the Iranian people, the intelligence networks that you need to create to be able to gather information at that level of a detail, because we're talking about data. We're not talking about just people's opinions. I do think Mossad has really good information that nobody else has, especially because the Islamic Republic itself collects data to figure out how much of a threat it is in. And only Mossad has access to that information that the Islamic Republic collects itself. Do you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. Yeah,
but
that can very well be the case. So this was a big piece of news that I saw today. All the things that we think should be big pieces of news, I feel like lately people just aren't talking about. In fact, just recently, so putting this aside, I've been telling you guys for a few days about Karg Island. Karg Island is not refining oil. It's not loading oil onto ships anymore. The pressure is building up in its wells and its drills. People aren't talking about it. And then today, the Financial Times and a couple other news channels finally started talking about it, saying, hey, for the past few days, Karg Island isn't loading oil onto ships. I'm like, finally. I've been saying that for a long time. Oh, man. I have a good segue to go back to the Kharazi thing, but before we get there, there are a few other things here. So, yeah, that was the Financial Times saying that Karg Island, which refines 90% of Iran's oil, that's it. The oil storage tanks are filled. The ships are not filling up on oil. We don't know what's going on. Is it sabotage? Is it something else? We don't know. UNICEF came out with a graphic here and a report about malnutrition among children in the Middle East. Some of you may have seen this, some of you may not have. This is most of the Middle East here. And you can see that here, let's take a look at the legend. Green is good, right? And red is bad. So anything between, you can see it going through. Gaza, the malnutrition rate for children in Gaza is 1.3%. The malnutrition rate for children in Iran is 4.2%. Yet the media will push the narrative that Gazans are starving. Syria is at 12%. 1 out of every 10 children are malnourished.
1 out of 10.
1 out of 10.
Holy crap.
So this is UNICEF data. And I actually
Wait, you're
took a look
telling
to
me
see if
children? You're telling me children in Gaza are more? I mean, I know this, but I just want to highlight this. You're telling me children in Gaza are more well-fed than children in Iran?
correct. And Lebanon, by the way. Gaza and Lebanon have the same malnutrition rate of 1.3%, the same as Turkey. Iran has 4.2%, higher than Iraq.
That's insane. We have more malnutrition for children in Iran than we have in Gaza.
Correct.
And yet, then look at the outrage international. Based on this alone, the outrage for what's happening in Iran by the Islamic Republic should be at least 4 times higher than in Gaza.
Correct. So the Gaza-Palestine famine was a complete hoax. So
Can
I
I
took
see
a look
Yemen?
at this. Yeah.
Yemen.
Yemen, 16.8%.
Holy
The highest,
crap.
the highest is
Sudan.
Sudan, who is actively in war right now. So Yemen in war, Sudan in war. Saudi Arabia is at 3.9%.
Like 1 in 5 children in Sudan have malnutrition. Holy crap.
This is according to UNICEF. And I
Can
took
I
a look
say-
at
can I say
their,
this?
yeah, of course. So I took a look to try and see how recent is this data, how accurate it is. It's actually very recent. It's the last 2 years. Very recent, very reliable. It's quite sad, isn't it?
Can we see Somalia?
Then I don't think the graphic goes to Somalia.
Oh,
Yeah,
gosh.
it's only here.
Acute malnutrition
Yes.
among children under 5.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, isn't it crazy how all the money of the Islamic Republic goes to Gaza and Lebanon, and those two countries actually have the lowest malnutrition rate?
So, guys, like, remember, malnutrition is not starvation. Okay. Starvation is about calories. Maybe I'm simplifying it, but starvation is mostly about calories. Malnutrition is about nutrition. You could be getting enough calories, but still be have malnutrition because your food that you're getting does not have the nutrition that you need. This is devastating for children. So
These children will never
the crazy thing
grow up
is
to
that
their
in
full
Gaza,
potential.
so starvation is like much bigger deal than malnutrition. We were told that people in Gaza, so we have malnutrition, starvation, and then famine. Malnutrition, starvation, and famine. We were told people in Gaza are dealing with famine. So it's not only we don't have famine in Gaza, I mean, at the level that they're saying, not starvation, even when it comes to malnutrition, which is devastating. When I say even, it doesn't mean malnutrition is not bad. It just means that relative to famine and, starvation, it's a different, but in Gaza, we have one of the lowest level of malnutrition compared to these other countries. It's at the same level of Turkey, for crying out loud. Turkey. So, yeah, that's crazy. I mean, that's bad. Like, that's horrible for that 1%. But where's the outrage for all those other countries in red, especially for Syria and Sudan and Yemen?
Yeah. So every child who's malnourished in any of these countries it's indefensible. You can't defend it. My question is to those media and people who push the narrative that one country is more important than the other in terms of these famines and malnutritions, quote unquote, that they're claiming. What's your defense for just choosing one country and ignoring the others?
Can I answer?
Yes.
I have an answer. Okay, so those other countries, okay, the reason for the malnutrition is it's hard for me to blame the Jews. it's hard for me to blame the Jews for the other ones. It's easier for Gaza. Is that good? Is that the right answer? Did I get the answer?
Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
There we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a security incident in Sistan Balochistan. This is southeast of Iran. So, on today, this would be during the day in Iran, two, according to state media, quote unquote, terrorists were eliminated by the IRGC or military forces. So we actually know in this area, there is a terrorist proxy that the Islamic Republic has invited into the region called Fatimian. It's a terrorist militia from Afghanistan, similar to the Taliban. And they, along with IRGC forces, they're keeping the details unclear, shot at and killed 2 citizens who they then labeled as terrorists and transferred their bodies to Chabahar, which is the oceanic port in Iran. It's been under attack for a long time. These are probably, if these terrorists and the IRGC were shooting at them, these are probably the Baluchi freedom fighters on the Iranian people's side. Now, it's really unusual that they were singled out like this, but this is what the state media is reporting, and of course we know that they're lying. So that's some operations from the freedom fighters front. And at the same time in Iraq last night, we had a significant, and I mean significant, operation done by al-Zaydi's security forces. So let's take a look here. And it's actually continuing today. Today, get that number back up for you guys. I think it was like 60 tanks. Let me show you this video. Okay. You guys ready? Wait, let me just double check to see we can show this. Yeah, we can show it. Okay. Guys, this video, look at this. This is by the Iraqi Counterterrorism Force. This is the official Iraqi Counterterrorism Force Twitter or X. And they posted this video today, about an hour and a half ago. They said, "We are ready." Take a guess at who they're telling this to. Armin, this is the Iraqi government, by the way. These are not terrorists. These are the counter-terrorism forces. They're going to go after the terrorists.
They're getting ready. They're getting guys. These people are getting ready to fight back against the Islamic Republic's militia in Iraq. These people are on our side. These Iraqis are on our side, and they have a very, very tough fight ahead of them. Because the Islamic Republic has more militia in Iraq. Keep playing it from the beginning, guys. These people are getting things are escalating in Iraq. Things are escalating in Saudi Arabia. The war is getting regional, and these are the Iraqi military, which is now on United States side, against the Islamic Republic's militia inside Iraq. So what is happening is that we're starting a civil war between the official government of Iraq, which is on the side of the United States, and that's these people under the leadership of Ali Zaidi, against the terrorist proxies of the Islamic Republic. And IRGC itself is now in Iraq, by the way, not just their proxies. And something is about to go down, and they're getting ready for that. So what they have in their favor is they have American support, American air support, American equipment, and probably American guide and training. What the Islamic Republic has is more numbers. They have more militia in the Hashd al-Shabi is bigger in size and the number of people who are fighting, and they're also being supported by Islamic Republic in billions of dollars.
So I got the numbers for you guys of what's happening tonight in Baghdad. Tonight in Iraq, at the Prime Minister's direction, I'll just play this one more time. At the Prime Minister's direction, we see that a brigade of counterterrorism forces, this is about 3,000 to 5,000 soldiers and 60 tanks, are about to roll into Baghdad, and probably have at this point, as it's 1:30 a.m. in the area. And they are, according to the Prime Minister and the Commander-in-Chief of the Iraqi forces, going to be conducting an operation and providing security. 60 tanks and 3,000 to 5,000 soldiers, in addition to the forces that were already there, plus this video that says, "We are ready." Remember, the Iraqi terrorist militias that are backed by the IRGC have until September 30th to dissolve. Armin, would you wait until September 30th to go knocking on their door when you know that they're not going to disarm?
I would bomb them before I even start wondering about that question.
Yeah. I mean, regardless, I would strike earlier than September 30th. And we saw 2 days ago, we received the news that al-Zaidi has reorganized his generals for the Iraqi military in preparation for something quite big. We're seeing preparations for that now. Although keep in mind, guys, we are seeing videos. We're getting news of the troop movements. The terrorist militias will also have this information. Geez, things are building up. They've been building up for quite some time. I'm not going to be surprised when things finally kick off. Or maybe I will be surprised, but not shocked. Let's go with that one. So, before we segue back, yeah.
Do you think things are about to get more regional? Like it seemed like it started with October 7th, right? Israel versus Hamas. Then it expanded to Israel versus Hezbollah. Then Israel versus the Islamic Republic in Iran. Then United States joining in on that. 12-day war, 40-day war. All of those continue. Hezbollah, Hamas, Israel, Islamic Republic, United States. Then we're adding Iraq. Iraq is been added. Yemen and the Houthis and Saudi Arabia have been added, right? Saudi Arabia being added, that could get involved. Pakistan, the Islamic Republic attacked the Suez Canal. Egypt is getting involved. Saudi Arabia is building a coalition with Egypt, Pakistan, and Turkey. So Turkey is getting involved. Turkey was already involved in Syria. Syria was involved. So Turkey was involved in Syria. Turkey is now also going to get involved through Saudi Arabia. Ukraine got involved. Ukraine got hit an Islamic Republic ship that could drag Europe into this war if the Islamic Republic responds to Ukraine. And also Turkey is now getting involved. Because Turkey is getting involved, NATO could get involved. Because think about this. If Turkey is now in a NATO-like defense deal with Saudi Arabia, and if Saudi Arabia gets attacked by the Islamic Republic, and that drags in Turkey into this war, because Turkey is a part of NATO, that drags NATO. So what happens is, if we attack Saudi Arabia, and because Saudi Arabia has a defense pact with Turkey, Turkey responds, and then they respond to the Islamic Republic responds to Turkey, and Turkey is now part of NATO, and now NATO has to respond.
Here's the thing. I don't think NATO will go to war over Turkey. I'll be honest with you. I think it's very unlikely.
It's part of the NATO agreement, though, that if Turkey gets involved, NATO has to get involved. I mean, if Turkey gets attacked and NATO doesn't get involved, that would end, that would completely delegitimize, NATO would mean nothing anymore after that. You know what I mean? They have to get involved.
Yeah, I'm gonna put 2 points on pushback for that. One, the Europeans have no appetite for a war anywhere other than Russia. And the other point is that I listened to a few videos on that between the Russia-Ukraine war, and they were talking about if Turkey was attacked by Russia potentially, they don't think that the European Union or NATO would be willing to go to war over Turkey, and that there's actually some workarounds
That-
around that.
Yeah, but if you do that, that would mean NATO as well, because then
Yeah.
you know, that means that there's workarounds anything, and that would I don't think you can completely dismiss it, because then NATO will end NATO if they do that, because then there will always be an excuse for everything else. So if they don't respond, there would be like NATO. If they do not respond, then NATO is basically marking the end of NATO. So I do think that they have to respond. I mean,
I think
be
their
wrong,
response would
but I think they
be
have to.
limited to defense, but we'll see.
But you see how this
What
is
about-
spreading now? Do you see how this
Yeah.
is spreading? Yeah.
Yeah, that's my fear. I don't want it to spread. I don't want more countries involved. Okay, we got some Scott Bessent news. We got some more Scott Bessent news, and this time the the sanctions are going to be on a couple of people that we haven't seen in a little bit. So we have some more extended sanctions on some Iranian banks, but then we also have some on Hong Kong banks. So Hong Kong and Dubai, trying to say it in the English way, United Arab Emirates and Hong Kong are now getting slapped with some pretty heavy sanctions. Singapore, etc. A lot of the money laundering operations for the Islamic Republic's IRGC are now being sanctioned. So this is great news. This is great news. Again, one thing that I don't think is going to make any headlines, but for people like me and you, Armin, I think we know how important this is.
Yes. You know, there's a lot of Scotty B is freezing a lot of crypto wallets. Do you know how much that is adding up to? Because he has said himself repeatedly that they're going to hold on to all of this for the Iranian people. And
Correct.
my hope is that instead of waiting for Iran to be free to give that to the Iranian people, they just now give it to Princess of Pahlavi so he could start an army. Now,
Yeah,
like,
they'll have
don't
to
wait for Iran
officially recognize him. Yeah.
Officially recognize Princess of Pahlavi as the leader of the government in exile of the Iranian people, and don't wait for Iran to be liberated to give all of that money to the Iranian people. The Iranian people's representative is already outside of Iran. Just give it to him and his team for them to start an army.
Correct. So, can you give us a quick overview on why the Hong Kong, Dubai, Singapore money laundering operations and companies tied to the IRGC being sanctioned is important? What is that going to do to the IRGC? How much pressure is that putting on them, really?
Well, it's devastating, because even so you cannot close all the ways that the Islamic Republic has to sell oil. Even with the blockade is working beautifully, and not a single barrel is making it through the blockade, as President Trump likes to call it, the big beautiful iron steel wall, right? He's right. Nothing is going through that, but they still get to sell it through land routes, to China and others. So they still get to sell it. And that is still is very small compared to what they used to make, but that is still billions of dollars, right? But imagine if you go out of your way to find really difficult ways to eventually get that sold at a discount price, all for that money to get frozen. You might sell the oil, but when the money is supposed to make it back, then Scotty B shows up and like, whoopsie, no, you don't. So imagine going through all the hassle that you have to go through to sell your oil because you can't go through the Strait of Hormuz anymore, for it to be all of a sudden taken by Scotty B in that is like, I don't know, it's like it's suffocating for the Islamic Republic. And not only that, it's a lot of money that he just is going to hold on to, And he says, I love the fact that he keeps saying that, yeah, we're going to hold on to this for the Iranian people. Yeah, like yoink, that's the word that I was looking for. Yoink? No, you don't. Thank you for the gift. I know that's a membership gift, but you know what I mean.
I think this guy is Alexander Hamilton 2.0. He's like the most influential Secretary of the Treasury in like 250 years, actually, exactly. So, oof. And here he's going to talk about something that I've been saying, and he finally says it. Let's listen to it.
There's some who've speculated the Strait will never go back to being the way it was before. What would you say?
I think they're saying that in a doomsday sort of way. I would say it in another way. The Strait is never going back to the way it was, because the Iranians have used or tried to use it as a choke point. What we are going to see over the next 2 years, the Strait's going to become irrelevant. It is going to become just another body of water. And I would say that more than 50 or 70% of the energy that moves through the Strait now is going to go through underground pipelines.
There's some who've speculated the Strait.
Wow.
Wow. I'm telling you, they're using up the Strait of Hormuz's leverage. The value of the Strait of Hormuz is dropping down. It's going to force countries to build pipelines around. I've been saying that. And now, as a result, if you want to give the Strait of Hormuz to the Islamic Republic to put pressure on the Arabs, you can. So don't be too surprised right now if we hear the Islamic Republic and Oman have agreed to an agreement where the shipping goes through in a certain way. The Islamic Republic even might charge tolls, because American and Israeli ships aren't using that area. Not really. It's the Persian Gulf Arab countries that are going to get their ships out, sell oil. And who's buying it right now? China. This puts pressure on all the enemies of the United States. If it happens, I wouldn't be surprised if it happens. Of course, our other option is go back to major combat operations, destroy the Islamic Republic. But if the Persian Gulf Arab countries haven't been moved as of yet to put some skin in the game, this is a potential way to put some skin in the game. There's always a great point. Everyone always talks about the Straits of Hormuz, but what about the gays of Hormuz?
Yes.
You might not find them.
Yes. Wow. You guys are being so homophobic. Nobody takes the gays of Hormuz.
But I'm so glad he said that. I felt like I was going crazy with I felt like I was going crazy being like, guys, you could see this happening. Like you could see the Strait of Hormuz being given up because it's not as valuable now. And he's come out and say, yep, it's in 2 years. I mean, that's pretty shocking. I thought maybe like 5, 6, 7. It takes time to build these pipelines, but he's saying these pipelines are being built pronto. So I took a look, and generally across the Middle East, people are investing in underground oil pipelines at the moment. So that checks out. A lot of money is being available for that. All right, so we got that out of the way, and we can segment back in to the Islamic Republic. Just want to see if I can show you guys this real quick. It's not really loading. Oh, there it is. Am I downloading something? What's happening? No, okay. I don't know. All right, take a look at this.
Ooh, what is that?
Let's translate this. Oh no, didn't translate. Oh man.
I can translate.
Okay.
جمهوری اسلامی هزینه‌های تجمعات شبانه، خورد و خوراک، کیک و ساندویچ، سیستم صوت و بلندگو و مزدورانش رو در خیابان پرچمگردان‌ها را به مناقصه گذاشته است. سند What is مناقصه؟ مناقصه با شماره مناقصه مشخص در سامانه مناقصات جمهوری اسلامی در عکس پیوست. What the hell is مناقصه? Let me see that word.
I don't know.
Let me try.
Put that in here.
I have I
Tender.
got it. مناقصه. Oh yeah, tender. Okay.
Huh.
They're actually bad. Okay, so this is evidence that the Islamic Republic is using, is putting tender for the people who come into the streets and protest, waving the flags. This is basically the registration, the form for the food, for the drinks, for the cakes, for the juice boxes, for the meals of the people. And you basically come and you basically put the name of the tender, which I still don't know what that means. And then you say how many times you're going to get it. And so, I know what it is. Okay, so people come register. So I think that if you are organizing one of these street gatherings for the regime, you come here and you put in the number and how regularly your things are going to happen. Oh, go zoom in, please. مناقصه عمومی. So this is public tender, یک مرحله, one time only so you basically tell what this is for, a gathering, a one-night gathering in that square. And basically this is the purpose of this is going to be in support of, the worshippers and the location, the city, the region. Okay, so basically if you are, I think what's happening, Ali, if I'm getting this correctly,
Auction, right?
If you are organizing one of these street protests and you're like a manager of these, and you basically come here and request, you basically put your number and all the things that you're supposed to receive. The government basically supports you but you need to basically come to this website and put all the information, the address, the purpose of your gathering, and the government will come give you food for all the people there, the drinks, the cake, the money.
Oh, you got your audio cut out.
This is just how you register to get all of the money and food and funding for all of it.
So,
Man, I need to change the wire of my microphone.
guys, we are bringing you evidence. We're bringing you evidence and receipts of the Islamic Republic paying its supporters to come out on the streets.
Yes.
This is an Iranian system. We got a screenshot from it. So at the same time, then, right? So they spend all this stupid amounts of money on stupid things. And at the same time, then they send letters like this to the Supreme National Security Council. And they say, guys, please, we're running out of money. We have problems. The people are going to rise up against us. Please do something.
Right.
They do it to themselves.
They don't have money for basic needs, but they have enough money to basically feed the entire population of the people who come out and support the regime for 200 days straight. Feed, like, why would Ali, at a time that is so expensive to pay for food, why would I even buy food? I would just come to these street protests every single day and get fed. Do you know what I mean?
Correct.
And guys, I showed you videos before from some women going out and saying like they feel very well fed, and they come out because they get fed all the time, so they don't have to buy food.
Yeah, so you see letters like this, okay? You see the mismanagement of the Islamic Republic. Their judiciary and, official systems are telling the highest levels of the Islamic Republic, we're effed. Stop wasting money. We're effed. Then they go and spend money on just having people coming out in the streets and yelling, Haydar, Haydar. They just stand there for 6 hours and yell Haydar on repeat. And they pay money to these people to do it so they can keep up appearances. And they also spend money on terrorists in Gaza and Lebanon while their own country, their own children are malnourished in Iran. 4.2% malnutrition in Iran, 1.3% in Gaza. According to all the activists, there was a famine. So here's my point. The Islamic Republic has never been able to manage the country. They've never been able to manage even themselves. They're corrupt to a fault. They steal from each other. They hit each other. They fight each other. They can't do anything in terms of successfully governing a government in a country. They can't do it. It's not in their DNA. You can't grab someone who studied a book of gibberish made 1400 years ago and make him the economic minister. This is what happens to the Islamic Republic. You cannot put these people who studied the Quran and think that they're close to God in positions of power and governance. This is what occurs. So shout out to Michigan. Please don't let that happen. And we have, actually, that's not really too relevant here, but I'll show this one instead as soon as I can pull it up. So don't worry. The Islamic Republic, there's no way out of this for them. They can shed, they can molt. At the end of the day, they're much, much weaker than they were before. Don't worry about if the regime will fall or not. It will fall. We also have this one. One's going to be a little bit small, I guess, but this page for us as well, if I can, please work. It doesn't work. All right. Well, I guess I'm going to have to trouble you to maybe just read a couple sentences here. I think you'll get the gist of it.
Can you hear me? Is my audio okay?
Hear you now.
All right. امروز صبح رفتم این banner رو نوشتم و نصب کردم. So this morning I went and I wrote this banner and I installed it. به خاطر پدر و مادرم و خیلی از دوستان و آشنایان خانوادگیم. For my father and my mother and many of my friends and many of my family friends. What does the banner say? Can I see it again?
Yep. Let's wait for it to get back to the beginning. And
I can't see because of the play button. Yeah. Mujtaba Wahidi. Oh, so Mujtaba and Wahidi. Zulm و ستم فراوان ما رو. The play button is blocking it. کشانده خیابان.
I'll play it.
کشانده, yes, stop, pause. کشانده خیابان. این برنامه نداره. بیا. Okay, I can't read it. Play it again. بازنشستگان کرمانشاه. این برنامه نداره پایان. Okay, so Mujtaba and Wahidi. Do not trust this post or the sign. This is a reformist. This is a Ghalibaf reformist sign. So this sign is saying, oh, Mujtaba Wahidi, oppression and cruelty is bringing us into the streets. This plan that you have has no end. And بازنشستگان کرمانشاه. So the retirees of Kermanshah city on behalf of them. So this person is acting like he's like a protester, right? Mm-hmm. But he's only directing his anger at part of the regime, and it's about certain things that suggest that he wants reform. When he says that these plans that you have, so he's saying that the current plans that you have has no end. This type of language is the language that people use who are suggesting that that the Islamic Republic needs to change how it operates. The Iranian people are not asking for the Islamic Republic to change how it operates. The Iranian people are asking the Islamic Republic to die, not to change, but to die. And they're not asking. They're demanding. And they're not even demanding. They're making it happen.
Yeah.
So that sign by that person is a request for reform. And I would not be surprised if these types of signs that we're seeing, which is for some reason not graffiti on the wall more often, like it's basically writings on the parchment that is being hanged, it all sounds like a Ghalibaf type operation against certain elements of the Islamic Republic for the sake of reform, or as we call it, skin shedding, pustandazi. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah. Basically, guys, if you guys are Iranian, even if you aren't, here's what's important to see. If you guys see banners in Farsi in Iran, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're pro-Iranian people. There's a lot of insidious backdoor planning that the Islamic Republic does. So if you see the blame being directed to a part of the Islamic Republic, know that that's regime supporters. They're planting it. It's a false flag operation. They're trying to get you to believe and direct some anger and keep the entire establishment of the Islamic Republic alive by just shedding a part of it away. That's what they're trying to do. So I just want you to know that not everyone that you might see is going to be on the side of the Iranian people. In fact, a lot of these operations are done by the Islamic Republic. They're very sneaky. They've had extensive decades of experience doing this. Now let's take a look at the economic situation. And let's take a look at the household bills of someone living in Iran. I mean, you're gonna have to read this for us too. So this is gonna be the water bill and some other things here.
قبض‌ها به ما همیشه 1/5 تا 1/8 میلیون تومان می اومد. این ماه 8 میلیون شد. No, okay, that's not 1/5. 1.5 to 1.8. Okay, I forgot in Iran they use dashes instead of dots. I was like, what the hell? Okay, قبض برقمون هم تقریبا 2 برابر شده. گاز هم احتمالاً یک افزایش حسابی داره. So this person is saying that our water bill every month used to be 1.5 million till maximum 1.8 million 2 months every single month. That's what it was. This month, all of a sudden, it came and it's 8 million. So this guy was always like getting, like, the water bill was between 1.5 million to 1.8 million. And all of a sudden this month, this guy got a water bill with 8 million 2 months for his water bill. So we jumped from 1.8 to 8.
5 times.
And then he could, yes. And then he continues by saying, guys, this is the situation in Iran. I honestly don't know how these people are living right now. It's saying قبض برقمون هم تقریبا 2 برابر شده. And also the electricity bill is now doubled. No, Toman, guys, Toman is like 10 riyals. So the currency in Iran is riyal, but Toman is what people usually say instead of riyal, and every Toman is 10 riyals. So گاز هم احتمالاً یک افزایش حسابی داره. So he hasn't gotten his gas bill yet, but he's expecting the gas bill to also be extremely higher than before.
Yet another spark, yet another reason for the people to come out in the streets. I mean, how many of the past protests had a underlying economic reason tied to them?
But before, almost all of them except the Mahsa one, right? But okay, that's a very good question. Let me come back to that.
Yeah.
But Ali, imagine if your bill is like 1 month is at a certain level. So you know how, guys, in the United States, people are like, oh no, inflation is getting close to 3%. 3%, which is good. Yeah, man. I'm not saying you shouldn't be fighting, like, upset about that. But I'm just saying, like, imagine other people around the world get upset when their inflation goes from 2% to 3% and 4%. Oh my God, 4%, shut the hell up, right? But imagine what the Iranian people are dealing with when your water bill is 1 month this, this amount, and the next month is 5 times as much. 5 times, like 500% over a few months, not over a year. Because remember, the 3 and 4% is year over year. We're talking over a few months. Like, how can you deal with it? Anyways, back to your question. So, guys, the answer to Ali's question is that most of the time, when we had a mass uprising in Iran, the initial spark, not the reason for the uprising, the initial spark for the uprising was economical. But as soon as the uprising picked up, the chance and the reason for the uprising was never economic improvement. It was every single time was ending the regime, and now it's returning Pahlavi. So don't think that just because the initial spark of the uprising is economical, that the demands of the uprising are economical. The demands of the uprising are the death of the Islamic Republic and the return of Pahlavi. So almost all of them had the initial spark was economical, except Mahsa. The one that the uprising that came after the Mahsa, the killing of Mahsa, was about social freedoms and government cruelty. But the rest of them were economic sparks. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. So again, if your bill, your electricity bill, or your water bill was $100 this month, well, next month is actually going to be $500. Sorry about that. By the way, we're sending all of that to fight this losing war. Hope you like it. There's nothing you can do about it. No vote, no nothing. Say something about it, we'll arrest you.
I was talking to my friends on my Persian Discord server, and the guy was so frustrated because there was no electricity, and he was so frustrated because he didn't have electricity for so long, right? And it was really hot, and there was like nothing he could do with that electricity, and he was complaining. And in the middle of his complaint on the Persian Discord server, most of the people there, by the way, are inside Iran. His water got cut, and he just started laughing like hysterically, like, guys, I have no electricity, and now I also don't have water. Please understand, most Iranian people are not used to this. Like, this is like a lot of people are like, oh, you must be used to this. No, this is not normal in Iran. I mean, it's getting normal, but this is not like, I lived in Iran for 20 years. I've never experienced anything like that. I lived in Iran for 20 years in Shiraz and Tehran, and never experienced anything like this. So this is not something that they're used to. This is something that they're getting used to, but they're not used to.
Yep. So let's segue back into the Islamic Republic. Got this for you guys from Iran International. So let's go back to Kharazi. Let's make our way back to Kharazi here. We got this guy. Let me just bring up his image and I'll tell you what he said. I know. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. You can close your eyes. This guy is Hassan Amoli. He's a Friday prayer leader of the city of Ardabil. So he's part of the Supreme Leader's office. And he said, Kharazi is a liar. He lied. He said that attributing a lie to the leader is certainly a very great crime. And this lie, in addition to damaging the leader's position, has created a very heavy cost for the country. So when Kharazi came out and said, oh yeah, Pezeshkian, Mujtaba Khamenei, the Supreme Leader's office has CIA, all this stuff. This guy, this Friday leader prayer guy, came out and said, liar. You're a liar. and your lie is a very big crime. It's created a heavy cost for the country. He also said if someone, God forbid, is intentionally disrupting Islamic unity, fight against him, even if a turban is on his head. Ooh. Very interesting. Got a little bit of infighting. So this is nothing crazy, right? Because Kharazi attacking the Supreme Leader's office here and the Supreme Leader's office firing back, that's creating division. That's good at the moment. Just want to show you guys that. I hope so. I mean, I sure hope so. Like, they're saying fight against him even if a turban is on his head. If he's going against the Islamic unity, fight against him. I think they better, take up that advice there. And Kharazi's advice of saying, hey, if the government gets in your way, kill the government too. Yeah, you guys should actually start, you should start putting your fists with your where your words are, in my opinion. Maybe get the show on the road. Enough talking between you Durka factions. So yeah, did you see this, by the way?
Why is the turban so big?
That's a good point.
That doesn't make any sense. Is that his real turban? Like, I've never seen a turban that big. That must be hard on his thing. What does he put in there? Does he pack his meal in there? Oh.
Maybe there's like a cardboard kind of like
he's carrying mujtaba in there. Maybe he's carrying the reminders.
Yeah, it could be.
Imagine,
so,
it's like Harry Potter. Imagine if he opens it and mujtaba is like connected to his head and speaking like Harry Potter, the Philosopher's Stone. No?
Yeah. You know what? I'm not going to rule that out. I'm wary after the last 8 months. What do you think? What do you think about this Friday prayer leader attacking Kharazi and saying he's disrupting Islamic unity? And if someone does that, we got to fight against him. He's a liar. He's damaging our. Yeah.
So I listened to Kharazi in a lot of detail. Okay, we have gone through every single word of the Kharazi's most important statements on the Persian channel, which we are rebranding pretty soon, and I'm going to announce it here once we rebrand that. I'm going to tell you guys what we're naming it. And if I wanted to defend Kharazi separated the Supreme Leadership office from the Supreme Leader. And I know he's attacking the Supreme Leader, but he made it seem like he's attacking the Supreme Leadership office, not the Supreme Leader. He didn't accuse the Supreme Leader of lying. He accused the Supreme Leadership's office with lying. Yes. I could talk about Kharazi for hours, but I'm not gonna. But there's so much there's so much politics in there that I could get into that. So, but I'm not gonna, because it will take forever. You're muted.
But what do you think about the Friday prayer leaders firing back at him? This is the Supreme Leader's office fighting back against him.
So there might be no mujtaba here. Okay, there might be or there might not be. I don't know if he's alive or dead. Okay, but this is the Friday prayer imams are now. They're a representative of not the Supreme Leader but the Supreme Leadership office, because even if the Supreme Leader is alive, the entity that is doing the talking is the institution of the Supreme Leader, not the Supreme Leader. So if you attack the Supreme Leadership office, a Friday prayer imam is now, given that we don't see Mujtaba speaking, whatever the office says is the position of the Supreme Leader will be seen is taken out as the position of the supreme leader, right? So these people will be motivated to defend the office, and also are motivated to see the office and the supreme leader as the same. But if you're trying to attack that institution, you, like Khan Razi, you're calling their bluff. What you're doing is like, hey, the Supreme Leadership Office is misrepresenting the Supreme Leader. Am I lying? Okay. Well, let's hear it then. Let's get the Supreme Leader to come and say I'm lying. Oh, what? Oh, you say he's not available? Okay. Well, then you're lying. Like you're putting words. Like, how do you? So it's really convenient right now. If this is a great opportunity for all the mullahs who wanted to challenge the position of the Supreme Leader, to use the Supreme Leader and put words in his mouth. And if people claim that you're lying, they're like, okay, well, let us hear him then. Where is he? Oh, he's not available. Okay, then I'm going to continue saying that the Supreme Leadership Office and the Supreme Leader are separated and against each other.
And I have a question for you. If I couldn't even point to Iran on a map, and I asked you, hey, this new turban guy, is that like good for the Iranian people, or is that like bad, dude?
Which one? The one with the Mujtaba Voldemort and his like the big
Kharozi guy. The one who's like kill everyone.
Okay, so this is the best question of all. Okay, so short term, this is amazing for Ghalibaf. Short term, right? Ghalibaf. The reason why short term this is great for Ghalibaf, because he could use the Kharozi guy, the extra Durka, extra jihadi ones who are going for everything. They're anti the Islamic Republic because it's not Islamic enough, and they're going after Ghalibaf, Pezeshkian, and Arakshi. But not just that, they're going after the Supreme Leadership Office as well for not being. You know what he said, Ali? I have the video if you want to see it. He kind of suggested that Ali Khamenei is in hell. He said Ali Khamenei is in hell. So he said, and I kid you not, he said that all of the officials of the Islamic Republic who stopped us from building a nuclear bomb are going to pay the price for it in hell. And he said the fatwa against the nuclear bomb was a huge mistake. And he said, I have knowledge, information has been passed on to me that the people responsible for all of this are being punished in hell, which is suggests that he has people in the afterlife that pass information to him. He said, I have been informed that the people who stopped the Islamic Republic from getting a nuclear weapon are now being punished in the afterlife, suggesting that he has connections there in hell. And he said that right after he said that he didn't mention Ali Khamenei. He's mentioned that the fatwa against a nuclear weapon was a mistake. Suggesting that Ali Khamenei right now is in hell, or Barzakh, which is a pre-hell version of hell, being punished for doing that, right? So again, going back to your question. Oh my God, there's so many juicy material in his speech.
Wait, let me ask you again. I'll put the question again. So like, dude, like, I don't know where Iran is, dude, but like this new guy that I saw on TV with the turban, like wants to kill everyone. Is that like good for us, bro, or is that bad? Like, is that good for the Iranian people, dude?
Okay, I don't know how to talk to a person at that level of information. How about I tell you and then you tell him, okay? Or her.
Okay.
Okay, I'll tell you why is it good or bad, and you just tell him. I don't know how to talk to that person that you just talked. So, short term, this is good for Ghalibaf because Ghalibaf could use this crazy Durka jihadi, this guy specifically. Hold on. Let me put him on the screen so people know who we're talking about, right? Not this guy, okay? This guy. So short term, Ghalibaf, this is good for him because he's going to do three things with him. he can do, if he's smart, he's going to do three things with him. First of all, he's going to use him as a boogeyman to the anti-regime Iranians. They're like, oh, look at this. Ooh, scary, right? He wants to kill people that don't wear the hijab. He wants a nuclear bomb. He wants to use a nuclear bomb against the world. We're going to go to endless wars forever because of these people, okay? And not only that, look, we're on the same hijaba, non-hijabi woman. We're on the same side of this because he said that he wants to kill the hijabless woman and the government. Okay, so we share the Iranian anti-regime Iranians. We share the same enemy. He wants to kill both of us. We're on the same side of this. I know you guys wanted Pahlavi, but you didn't get Pahlavi. So let's work with each other against this monster. Okay, so that would be his first attempt, to try to make some Iranians who saw that they came into the street, they got killed in tens of thousands, and we don't have regime change yet. He's going to try to be like, guys, I know you want Pahlavi. You're not going to get Pahlavi. It's either me or this monster. So pick me. Okay. So that's the first thing he could do with them. The second thing he could do is he could get the jihadi minded people who are against Ghalibaf to do two things with them. And this is genius. Ghalibaf, take notes. He could redirect their anger to not just, he could do three things, right, with those people. First, not just anger over the negotiations and lack of meaningful response to the Americans and Israelis, okay? What he could also do is make them focus on hijab. So spread the anger over other things as well, hijab stuff as well, not just the nuclear stuff, right? Not just the war and negotiation stuff. So that remove some of the pressure on himself. And then another thing he could do is he could make some of these jihadi people to pull back a little bit, because this guy is he's more Catholic than the Pope. So he's outdoing even the most Durka people, to the point that some jihadi people will be like, okay, that is going too far. Maybe we're all going too far, right? That's another thing he could do. Another thing he could do with them is to spread the damage that everybody's taking, right? So this guy is blowing up like a grenade and is taking damage from everybody. But the thing is, the damage that he's damaging everybody. But if you're Ghalibaf, you can't be damaged, because the kind of damage that he's inflicting is legitimacy and support, right? Is my mic connected? Yes, because it takes. Okay, so legitimacy and support. The thing is, Ghalibaf has no legitimacy and no organic support. I always say, not even Ghalibaf's mom will support him unless she gets paid by Ghalibaf. Like, almost all of the support that Ghalibaf has is somehow paid for. He doesn't have any organic support. So given that he has no organic support, if he attacks Ghalibaf, it's not going to impact him, because he's already at zero, right? He's already at zero. So what are you going to do to him, right? So given that this guy is going against the Supreme Leadership Office, Ghalibaf, okay, this is good. Attack me and go after everyone else, so we could level, everybody comes down to my level. You know what I mean? So I'm already at zero. Other people like the IRGC, the Supreme Leadership, they have legitimacy and support. This guy is blowing up against all of them and getting the other people closer to zero. I can't go lower than zero. So this is good. Yeah. All right.
And then long term.
Okay, long term, I'll tell you. Feinstar is saying, lies, Armin. He has Vance. Ghalibaf has Vance. Okay, well, he can't. This guy would not affect that. So long term, imagine if you're playing the Game of Thrones, and everybody is fighting for the throne, but there's an army. The death of the Islamic Republic is coming for you, and you guys are busy fighting against the throne. So short term, this might help Ghalibaf get the throne, but this is not but you are getting distracted by a war that is not going to save you. So while you're busy fighting this battle that might save you against the other people who want the throne, long term, it doesn't matter who's sitting on the throne, because in this internal fight that you're having, what you're doing is that you all are losing your last remaining base of support. So you will be sitting on the throne, a throne that will be ruling over nobody. Because let's say, for example, the Islamic Republic has 3% remaining support. Let's say 3% remaining support. This infighting is going to get that 3% to 0%. I mean, okay, but you might win this battle, but you will lose the war because you will sit on the throne and you will have 0% support. So if you have tyranny, you will be able to you can maintain a tyranny with 3% support or even 2% support, but you cannot maintain a dictatorship with 0% support. So you will sit on the throne, and the army of the undead, which is the cult of your own making, the death cult of your own making, eventually will pull you down because you sit on the throne. You won the Game of Thrones, but you lost everything else, including your life. That's the long-term effect.
The Game of Thrones analogy was actually perfect. I completely understand how to explain this now to that surfer guy. Okay, so guys, you guys have all seen Game of Thrones, right? I hope so. We're going to give you a parallel with what's happening in Game of Thrones and what's happening in the Islamic Republic right now and what's going to happen in the Islamic Republic. This is what's going to happen in the short-term future and long-term with the Islamic Republic if they're allowed to survive. Here we go. In Game of Thrones, we have the 7 kingdoms. And these 7 kingdoms are all vying for power to be the one who sits on the Iron Throne, who becomes the king, right? But at the same time, the White Walkers, the zombies, they're coming and they don't care who's from what kingdom or who's from, they're all the same. What's happening right now in the Islamic Republic is that everyone is fighting against each other to take the number 1 position. And by doing so, they are using troops and resources to fight each other and weaken each other for that contest of number 1, first place. At the end of the day, who is the White Walkers? Who are the ones who are going to come in, millions and billions of them pouring over the wall and taking over the world? Who's that going to be? It's not a US and Israel. It's actually the Iranian people. So the more and more the Islamic Republic fights each other, the more infighting that happens, the weaker they get. And the weaker they get, the higher of a chance the Iranian people have. What we're seeing right now is this figure who decided to come up and stir the pot with a violent shake is speeding things up. At the same time, economic pressure speeding things up. Got the blockade, you got inflation, US military troop buildup. There's a lot of things here that are pointing to the fact that, maybe the Islamic Republic isn't going to survive. They might not be able to survive this. It looks like some of those analysts might be wrong when they say, the Islamic Republic is stronger than it was before the war. So it's speeding up, right? So everything's speeding up now. They're going to be fighting each other. They have to spend more money and resources to fight each other. It helps.
Yes, this is what I've been saying for. This is what I've been saying for 8 years. I've been saying 8 years now. 8 years I've been saying this is the kryptonite, the Achilles heel of the Islamic Republic. And now it's happening. And it's happening the way that we said it would be happening. Which is actually, it's surprising to me how close to what we said is happening. Like I did, we kind of theorized that this will happen, but I didn't know it would be this close to what I said. It's kind of weird. It's freaking me out.
Yeah, and you coined the term the double uprising. Can you explain the double uprising?
Yeah, so many years ago on the Persian show, I said that the Islamic Republic fears more than anything else the double uprising, the day that comes when it doesn't have to deal with just the Iranian people, the secular-minded, liberty, life-loving Iranian people who are against the regime, their uprising, but it has to deal with a second uprising from the very people that it created, the Islamically minded, the Islamic rule fighting for the Mahdi's the coming of Mahdi, the supreme leadership loving ideals of the Islamic Revolution loving Shia empire building, world dominating narrative that they had built, that base of support that they have, they fear that they have created a monster that one day would turn against them. That is their greatest fear, and that will one day happen. And I said that would one day happen many years ago, and now it's happening. And this is it. This is the face of it. This is the face of that prediction coming true.
Double uprising from both fronts. The Islamic Republic supporters think this isn't the Islamic Republic I signed up for, and they'll try to fight other factions of the Islamic Republic and get swallowed up by the White Walkers, who are the Iranian people. And we got our own Jon Snow, or Night King, depending on who you ask. We got our Prince Reza Pahlavi. We have our Bibi Netanyahu, our Donald Trump. We have the people who are helping facilitate this change. Checking the news here to see if there's anything new. Guys, I gotta tell you, usually I have like 20, 30 things to show you guys in one stream. I mean, there were some streams where you guys saw I was like zooming through everything, trying to get everything covered for you guys. In the past few days, it is so unusually quiet. It is so unusually quiet. It's got me thinking. It's got me thinking a lot of things. So let's get started with the super chats. By the way, I think I lost again today.
Yes, before we start the super chats, we have to do your punishment from the previous super chat. From us. We never did that. How come you guys didn't remind me that we didn't do that? So before we start, do the Baby Yoda song. Like go Baby Yoda, baby Yoda, baby Yoda, baby Yoda. Okay, go.
Wait, what was the first part? It was just Baby Yoda? Like
yeah, it's Baby Yoda, baby. Go ahead.
Baby Yoda, baby Yoda. Baby Yoda, baby Yoda. All right, I did it.
Okay, there we go. All right, I didn't see if did people recommend. So we got a second punishment today. I don't know if anybody included. I didn't see any super chats telling me what the punishment would be today. So there you go. We love it. See, people love it. They're like we love it. Nice.
Great. I'm happy. I'm happy.
Okay. Okay, guys, tell me what we should do for today. I'm loving these races. We should keep this up. Okay. Okay. Oh, playing Sand Tour. Yes, playing Sand Tour. Can we do it today?
It'll take some time for me to set it up.
So because you lost today, next time you have to play Sand Tour for us.
Okay. Or that could be the next punishment if you guys want. We can have something else today.
Okay. Next time if Ali loses, we'll make him play Sand Tour for us. And for today, decide. Because he needs to prepare for today, decide what we want for today. Okay, let's go through the super chats. People will decide.
Okay. So our first one is from Fizz Engicist saying, "Let's get this party started." Yeah, we did.
Yes,
we didn't win.
Oh yeah, Fizz he was on your side, and even though you got the first one, you still lost.
We might not have won today, but wait, what is it now? Like 4-2.
4-2. Yeah, guys, I'm
4-2.
way ahead.
Okay.
4 for me, 2 for Ali.
All right. Thank you so much, Fizz Engicist, for the super chat, and thank you, Trish Hawks, for the jewels. Sarah Ocean has said, "Why was there no Shah before Mohammad Reza Shah Pahlavi?"
There There was
Well, his
Reza
father
Shah.
was the Shah.
Yeah.
And then before that, we had
And
the
before-
Qajar Shahs. Yeah.
And before that, we had, before Muhammad Reza Shah, we had, I don't know, 5,000 years of Shahs, I think. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we go way back. And then we got the 47 years of no Shah.
Yes. The only time we had no Shah in Iran is the past 47 years. But before that, we had 5,000 years of Shahs.
Yeah. But glad we got that cleared up. And thank you, Sarah. Our next one is from Fizz Engesis saying, let's tie this super chat competition up. I know it was 3-2.
No.
Oh, dang.
I was behind, but then we caught up.
I know.
Thank you.
It was good. You know what? Fizz Engesis tried to spur
Yes. Nice try.
spur the horde.
Oh,
And thank you for the
Eliart.
super chat.
Eliart supports me on the Persian channel as well. Sometimes she's there, sometimes she's here. Thank you, Eliart. Are
Oh,
you
it's
still
very
here,
nice.
Eliart? Yeah.
Thank you so much for the memberships. And our next one is from Fleshy Interloper saying normal ceasefire will be resumed as soon as possible.
No.
The normal ceasefire means strikes.
Love taps, not love.
Yeah,
taps.
love taps. Limited strikes.
That's a very salt. That I'm noticing. Let me see. I'm noticing some salt in that super chat. It's salty.
Thank you, Fleshy Interloper. Appreciate you. And Justin,
We
saying,
collect.
come on, Mr.
We collect
President.
tolls. We collect tolls for salt shipment here on this channel, and the salt
Oh.
queen is here. Yeah, I think she collects the toll. But yeah,
Oh my
service
God,
charge,
look.
environmental service charges.
Oh my God, look. When I was like, oh, 4-2, we had to tie to. People are like, don't compete with the master. Ooh.
Oh, thank you.
That's funny. Justin says, come on, Mr. President. Prove me wrong. Finish this righteous crusade. End this 50-year tragedy. Give the Iranian people a chance to take their country back. Something's going to happen soon. Let's see, Justin. Let's see. It's crazy because any second I can check the news and it would be like, yep, explosions, boom, boom, boom. Any second. Thank you so much, Justin. We completely agree with you. And our next one is from Nima Farce saying, yesterday I was Team Ali. Today I am Team Armin. All right. I think a lot of things. Yep, I understand now.
Stay here, Nima. Stay. Don't go anywhere. Thank you, Nima.
I think you know where you should be tomorrow, Nima. And thank you for the super chat. Our next one is from Deborah saying, have a wonderful weekend. And then Daf Shikaviani.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Is that Shabbat Shalom?
It must be.
Oh, probably. Thank you so much, Deborah. Have a nice weekend too.
Was that Shabbat Shalom? I just want to highlight this as well. Somebody wrote, Armin Dusat Daram. Manam Dusat Daram. Merci. Damat Gam. Okay, just wanted to say. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Thank you, Deborah. And our next one is from Redneck Jeep, who says, hi guys, were you able to find the clip of the Sharia survivor I mentioned yesterday? No, actually, I had a lot going on. Guys, as soon as the stream ended, I went to my front door and I checked the Amazon package that was supposed to be delivered to me. I got a new camera to like put up here for you guys. Yeah, the entire side of the package, someone took a knife, cut it open, took the camera. So yeah, Amazon's like, okay, we'll launch an investigation, check back in like 5 days, and we'll refund you or something. I don't know.
I think I might have found it. Can I play it?
Yeah.
Okay, here. So Redneck Jeep, let me know if this is. I'm sorry to hear that, Ellie. Wait,
it's all good.
Wait, did I interrupt you? Did I interrupt you talking about what happened to you?
No, that's what happened. And there's one more thing, but I'll say that later. Or it's the thing that I told you about. Should I even say that or not really?
I think it's very. If you don't mind, I think actually, yeah, maybe we should let you share that. If you don't mind sharing, I think it's very revealing of what the situation is right now, or potentially
Okay.
could be right now. Yes.
So, guys, we heard about the hijab laws are being a bit more enforced recently. We told you the reason why they have public executions enforcing the hijab laws. It's to show their own Islamic Republic supporters that they're still the Islamic Republic. And unfortunately, yesterday, someone very close to me in Iran was arrested for not having the proper hijab. And they took down all of her information, et cetera, the process, everything. They let her go, but they told her to show up to court, which is tomorrow. And here's what the punishment ranges for this. You have punishments ranging from 74 lashes to fines, to attending classes, to enforce, to know how the right hijab is, and etc. So here's the thing. There's no actual law. They can do or say whatever they want. They can decide how much they want to bother you. So all of last night, I'm on the phone with multiple people, lawyers in Iran, trying to get more information, trying to give some advice. That's what I spent my entire night doing. So if you guys don't see the map today, I had zero time. That's all I've been doing. It's all I've been thinking about. And yeah, unfortunate, but that's what the Islamic Republic does. Like, I haven't even been able to, I wasn't able to sleep last night. I can't eat. It's, because it's that feeling that you can't do anything about it. There's nothing you can do. And whatever they choose, there's no rhyme or reason. There's no law about it. They can choose whatever they want to do. So what do you do? There's nothing you can do. But it just makes me, it's like, it makes me want to push this and what we do here like 5-10 times more. The sooner these people are gone, the sooner women in Iran are safe. Promise you guys, I cannot hate them more than I already do. My family's already been directly affected multiple times. One more time as of last night.
Sorry to hear that, man.
Thank you.
People are getting really angry in the chat. This is Fine Stars is saying, bro, this is getting ridiculous. Just end this fucking demonic regime already. Why the fuck are we dealing with them? And a lot of people were saying they're sorry to hear that.
Thank you. Yeah, so we'll see. It'll be tonight for me, morning there. So I guess by the time I wake up, I'll find out what happens. Anyway, we have the clip from the Sharia survivor, which, I mean,
Yes.
Armin, that's
From
us.
Yeah, that's most Iranians, to be honest. But yeah, let's see what he's saying. This is guys, did I get the clip right? Is this the clip you were talking about? Yeah.
Hello, my name is Eddie Issa.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a Sharia law survivor from Iran. And I'm here to tell you, this is a dangerous ideology you're allowing in your country. Every country that is Islamic now, it used to be a Christian country. And we were soft Christians, and we allowed these people to come in, bring their Sharia law into their countries and slowly kill us off left and right. Let me make it very clear to you. Christianity is a personal relationship with God, where it says, render unto Caesar's what is Caesar's, render unto God what is God's. Islam is Sharia law, deen wa dawah, religion and state, which is not even compatible with the American thing. And when these people will use taqiyya to lie to you, to manipulate you, because whenever Islam is little, they will lie to you and tell you they come in peace. This is a bad idea, and you're going to regret not listening to people like us who lived on the Sharia law.
Thank you, Eddie.
Okay. Found it.
You know, that guy was pretty well spoken.
Yeah.
Yeah, props to him.
Props.
I love that point. When Islam is weak and small, they say, we come in peace. Armin, what happens when they're not weak and small?
Islam or die. This is by design, by the way. This is not just in practice, because this is exactly what Muhammad, the story of Muhammad was like. If the Quran is separated into two types of verses in the Quran, the Meccan verses and the Medinan verses. So Makki and Madani. So the verses that are Makki are the verses that were revealed from Allah to Muhammad when he was in the city of Makkah. The Madani verses are the verses in the Quran that was revealed to Muhammad when he was in Medina. In Mecca, Muhammad did not have an army. So the verses sounded like this. So the verses were to each their own religion. You have your religion, I have my religion, we shouldn't fight. In Medina is when Muhammad raised an army, and it became a big army, powerful, more powerful than the army in Mecca. That's when the verses started saying, kill the unbelievers, the polytheists, wherever they are, wherever they're hiding, find them and kill them. This is when the teaching started to say that keep fighting until all religion everywhere in the world is for Allah, and everything, all religion is Islam. So this is from design in the Quran. When you are not powerful, you are tolerant and you act like, you tolerate other people. And you act friendly. When you have power, then that's when you force Islam on people.
What an ideology. We're gonna read a few more, and I do have a piece of news for you guys. Very interesting piece of news for the internal Trump administration. And there you go, Redneck Jeep. Thank you for reminding us. Really appreciate that. And thank you for the super chat. Our next one is from Saber Coaching, saying, one day I wasn't here and you lost. I actually lost yesterday too. So it's actually 4-2.
Why is Saber Coaching on your side? He's been following me for ages.
For 12 years. He's followed you since 2014.
Like, what the hell, man?
Guys, 2014 is when I was born. I mean, that's... No, I'm kidding.
You were still kind of a kid? Yeah, no. Yeah, but you were a kid though when Saber Coaching started following me. You were a kid.
Yeah, 2014. I was a freshman in high school. Yeah. Anyway, thank you, Saber Coaching. We got to come back from this. And Nail Bunny, thank you for the super sticker.
Thank you.
I see you.
Yes.
I see what you're doing.
Nail Bunny doesn't switch around. Nail Bunny is always on my side. Thank you, Arizu.
And our next one is Fizz Endricist, who says Nufti has a video of hijabi woman yelling at unhijabi women. Yeah, so in the Tehran metro, there's a fanatical hijabi woman who started was she like hitting her own face or something? She was like hitting herself and screaming and just having a temper tantrum that the women around her were not wearing hijab like the same way she was. In fact, I think I can find it in just a second here.
Yeah. Show it. Yeah, Ali, didn't I say this hijab stuff is about to get just a few days ago, I told you guys that very soon the hijab enforcement is going to get back, become a major issue again. Like right after I said it, it started happening. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Because when I said it, it wasn't happening.
Hmm.
Remember,
no,
guys,
it
remember the chat?
immediately. Yeah,
They,
it immediately started
hijab was
happening.
not being talked. Hijab enforcement, lack of women not wearing the hijab was not the center of attention. And I told you guys that it's about to become a center of attention, and it just did. Oh yeah, and Physiangus is saying yes. I mean, that's why I highlighted it. Thank you, Physiangus.
I actually can't find it.
I can't find it.
But that's
either.
okay.
You saw
Maybe it was
it?
taken down. I'm not sure. I saw it earlier. Yeah.
Hmm.
But thank you, Physiangus. Appreciate you very much. Our next one is from Arazu, who says, I hate them so much. Same.
Justified.
Same.
Justified. Justified.
Same. Yeah. Thank you, Arazu.
Thank you.
And our next one is from First Fall. Says, Armin looks like Superman. And Ali looks like the David statue. So don't let anyone say either of you aren't good looking.
Okay. We won't.
You know, that's actually the one thing people don't attack us for. You notice that?
I've noticed now. Well, thank you, First Fall. That's an amazing compliment. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you.
Thank you, First Fall. Yeah, appreciate that very much.
Thank you.
And our next one is from Arazu, saying Armin wins this time, and says Javid Shah and
yes. Thank you, Arazu. She got us to the confetti so fast with all those. Look at Ali. Look at Ali's face. He's like, hey, like, so that's how you won. Yes.
Mhm. Thank you, Arazu.
Thank you, Arazu.
And then, look at it. It's just, you guys are taking. And then Nail Bunny says, Javid Shah, Armin and Ali, hoping for loud noises. None
Loud
as
noises.
of yet. None as yet. Well, at least not in Iran, but in Yemen right now. Yeah, Yemeni and Houthis and Yemeni government forces are fighting. Saudi and Houthi forces are also fighting. And our next super chat from Nail Bunny says, confetti.
Confetti. That's what we won.
Thank you very much, Nail Bunny, by the way.
By the way,
And
guys, did we get
thank you
any
for the
super
super chat.
chats telling us what the punishment is? Because you guys get to decide
Yes. Yes.
for today.
Thank you, Arzu, for the jewels, and Nail Bunny with the
Thank you.
5 Liberty Politics memberships. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Read the number of the jewels because people like, support us with
Okay.
that. So yeah, thank you.
Our next one is from Amy, saying Nick Matau recently posted a video debunking the quote-unquote famine and malnutrition claims using IPC's own data. You should check it out. It's excellent work.
Oh,
That's great. Yeah, so about the famine, the quote-unquote famine on Gazans. Yeah, it's not a thing. It's not a thing. And if it was, which it's not, but if it was, it's because of Hamas. They take the food for themselves.
So we don't have hunger. We don't have famine. We do have some people experiencing more hardship than other people in Gaza. Gaza is not a monolith, but it's not famine levels at all. Like, not even close for Gaza. And the people who are experiencing hardship is because Hamas steals the food. Israel has moved more calories into Gaza than anybody has ever moved calories into a war zone in the history of warfare. I think if I remember correctly, during the peak of the fight after October 7th, they managed to move 3,000 calories per day per person to Gaza, which is enough to make you extremely overweight. So unless you're going to accuse Israel at trying to overfeed Gazan people so that maybe they die from diabetes or something, maybe you're accusing them of that. But the reason why the people in Gaza were not getting enough food is because Hamas was stealing it and selling it back to people in Gaza triple the price.
So we do have some pretty big clashes between Yemeni forces and Houthis, with artillery being involved right now. It's about 3 a.m., 2:30 a.m. in that time. So they're going at it full force, it seems like. Interesting. All right. Thank you, Amy. Oh, yeah, and then I want to show you guys this other piece of news as well. Here we go. Oops, not that guy. This guy. This guy with the gray check mark. He just said something pretty big. We might have found out who one of the traitors are, one of the leakers. We might have found out who they are. So, effective immediately, the Department of War has revoked former Secretary of the Air Force Frank Kendall's eligibility for access to classified information and his ability to hold any sensitive position. This action follows his unauthorized disclosure of classified information regarding Air Force One's capability to a media outlet. So, what this looks like to me is they're kind of going easy on him. He leaked.
Isn't that a crime?
So he leaked. Yeah, I mean
Should
that's
he-
a big crime, by the way. That's a big crime. But it looks like, in my opinion, he's leaked a lot more than just the Air Force One's capabilities to a media outlet. It looks like that's what they're choosing to publicly slap him with, but I think they got a lot more on him, in my opinion. Usually things like this, there's more to it. Yeah. So finding some of the rats, and this, to me, comes as a signal and a warning to the other rats, to the other roaches. We're coming for you. Air Force Frank Kendall, Secretary of the Air Force. Gotcha. Well, good riddance to you. Don't need people like that working for the United States of America. And our next one is from Todd with the 1,000 jewels. It says Goat Trophy. Thank you very much. Matt Shane, thank you for the super sticker. Appreciate your support there, Matt. And Joanne with a membership, a gifted membership. Thank you very much, Joanne. Very kind of you. Expendable Labrador. That's terrible. None of them are expendable. Says Durud, wonderful people, and La Chatulu Peng. What?
Oh, could you? Is that a? Oh my God! Don't read it. Something bad might happen. Don't read that, Ali. Don't read that.
Oh yes. Anyway, thank you for being a member for 4
You might be
months.
summoning. We might be summoning monsters from the depth of the ocean.
The turban people, yes. Nail Bunny.
No, that's a different kind of monster. But yeah, with 1,000 jewels. Thank you.
There we go. Thank you very much, Nail Bunny. And Amy says, "Thank you."
That was a goat,
both
by the way. That
for all
was a
your hard
goat.
work.
That was a. No, wait. That was important. Let's go back. Oh no, so
What
that was a goat trophy. Second goat trophy that we got today. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much. Someone said 1,000 Jews. No, I'd take 1,000 Jews though over the 1,000 jewels.
1,000 of these. 1,000. No, goats. No, a goat. No, never mind. Ignore. Move on.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you for watching. Wes Downer says, any more news on the proposed land blockade? It's a far-fetched idea because you got to get all the countries around the Islamic Republic to enforce it. Let's just say they wanted to. Do they have the ability to? Are they willing to pour in the resources to do it? I don't think so.
Yes, it's so difficult. Land blockade. So you want to work with Turkey, for example, on a land blockade? You want to work with Afghanistan? The Taliban is going to help you with a land blockade? I mean, so it's really, I don't know how you're going to do that.
Yeah, or even worse, Pakistan. You're going to try to get Pakistan to take, your... No. Guys, they're a neutral mediator. You can't ask them to do that. They're completely neutral.
Even with Iraq that is on your side, they're dealing with the IRGC being inside Iraq. So maybe you should first clean them out of Iraq before you could even put a land block. I mean, I don't see how that works. That's sounds very difficult.
But hey, that's
You
where
know
it
what's
stops.
what's an easier solution to a land blockade? Ending the Islamic Republic. That is a more straightforward solution. Honestly, like I think ending the Islamic Republic is easier than a land blockade.
Yeah. Thank you for the good question, Wes. I think that theory will stop there because it's just not physically feasible to do. But our next one is from AP Motor Arts saying, for the first time since 1983, the US imports zero oil from Saudi Arabia. Times are changing. In fact, the US is exporting oil and petroleum products at such an alarming rate at the moment that they have made $100 billion in the last 5 months. So when Trump says, we are making some serious money, the economy is doing well, I think that's one of the major things he's looking at. And I have my criticisms for our economy here in the US. I mean, I think it's being towed. I think it's being pulled by a few very specific industries like AI, oil, etc. I'm not sure if the extended economy, like putting food on the table of a regular American, it's not reached there yet, but hopefully soon. Keep in mind, I can criticize that, but at the same time, I think under Biden, I'm not sure we would have had a country very soon. So thank you, AP Moto Arts. Good point. And Caroline, Texas says for a microphone fund.
Yes.
Wait for me.
Yes, because you bought
I got a new one. Look.
Oh, wait.
Look, we have the same one.
Guys, everybody
kind
ends
of.
up getting the same. Yeah. No, it is. It is the same. Exactly the same.
Well, you got the... Oh, it is exactly the same. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Sweet.
Everybody ends up getting my microphone.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the best one. Thank you, Caroline. Appreciate you.
Be more original, Ali. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
And
no, it's a good microphone.
Fleshy Interloper says salty confetti. Payande Iran. You're right. He did give salt in his super chats.
Oh, yes, he did. Salty. We need some salt. Thank you.
Thank you, Fleshy Interloper. Hope the grandchild's doing all well. And our next one is from No Border Sports, who's been a member for 3 months and says, liar, liar, pants on fire.
I'm sure it made sense when he did it, or she, at the time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it was talking about the Kharazi guy, because, our next one is from No Border Sports, who also says his turban grows every time he lies. Yeah, he's like Pinocchio.
Good one.
Thank you, No Border Sports. I wonder if our No Border Sports, are you a member on my channel, by the way? So 3 months is the limit. I think 3 months is how long you can have been a member of my channel as of this month. There we go. Thank you for that. And our next one is from James Moore, who says, are the IRGC repurposing the water pipes in Iran yet? Also, speaking of pipelines, no, there should be no need for pipelines around the now infamous strait. Smite the IRGC. Bring peace, and the strait is what? FFS. So James Moore would like us to get rid of the regime instead of trying to build workarounds. The easiest way would be to overthrow the Islamic Republic instead of spending billions building pipelines in the deserts of the Middle East to go around it. Hey, I agree.
I have repurposing the water pipes in Iran yet. Also speaking of, okay, so the water pipes that Hamas repurposes, it makes for very cheap rockets that are, the Islamic Republic is dealing with ballistic missiles, which is a lot more advanced, right? No, there should be no need for pipelines around. And oh wait, am I maybe I misunderstood. There is purposing the water pipes in Iran yet? Also, speaking of pipelines, no, there should be no. What does this mean, Ali? Is he talking about like a Hamas-like situation where they remove the water pipes to turn into rockets?
The first part, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, no, the Islamic Republic hasn't been reduced to that level because Hamas does that because they don't have access to proper missiles, so they use water pipes to make rockets. But the Islamic Republic has ballistic missiles, which is at a completely different level to the rockets that Hamas uses. But in the second part, there should be no need for pipelines around the now infamous Strait. Smite the IRGC, bring peace, and the Strait is what? Yeah, exactly. So wait, can you translate the second part for me too as well?
Yeah, so the countries around the Strait of Hormuz are trying to build some pipelines to get around it. And he's saying, there's no need for that. Just smite the IRGC, get rid of the IRGC, finish the regime.
Yeah. That would be the ideal solution. But then they will come out and tell you, we are running low on munitions, missile interceptors, to be able to protect all the energy infrastructure around that area. We have the midterms, so oil prices need to be low. And then they will also say that strategic oil reserves in the United States are low, and we can't afford to lose the about 18 million barrels per day from the Strait of Hormuz that cannot be replaced with anything else as of right now because we don't have enough cushions. So that would be the response. What do you think, Ali, about that response?
Yep.
Right.
But hey, some countries like wasting money. I don't know. That's all I'm going to say. But thank you, James Moore, for that super chat. Appreciate you. Ellie Goldman, thank you for the Liberty Politics membership.
Thank you.
Appreciate that very much. And TLS with the 600 joules and the picnic basket sticker. Thank you. Ooh, here we go.
Okay, guys. We need to pay attention that this is going to be higher level questions. Okay, let's do it.
Many Iranians strongly advocate for widespread de-Islamization. To what extent is this realistically achievable at the socio-cultural level, and what aspects would be most necessary to address? Do you think? So basically, after we're free, how are we going to deal with these Islamists? How are we going to get them to go from Islam to something else?
Okay, so there's the government's role and then there's the people's role, right? The government's role is to remove Islam from politics, but it also needs to maintain freedom of speech, freedom of expression. So it cannot ban Islam or ban people being Muslim and practicing their faith personally for as long as they're not violating other people's rights, right? So there is no way for a free Iran to be able to ban mosques or Husseinias or religious teaching institutions as long as they're private and no government money is being spent on them, right? So the government can't do that, right? That leaves the Iranian people outside of the government to deal with that, right? There's going to be a lot of anti-Islamic activism. There's going to be a huge debate. Like, Iranians love debating. So there's going to be many, a lot of people are going to focus on exposing Islam for the people in Iran who are still Muslim. I can already tell that there's going to be a lot of YouTube debates, TV show debates, people who's going to spend hours and hours and hours trying to expose us now that they have a freedom of expression to go and expose Islam for what it is. However, I think the most important thing that is going to be effective is not to just fight against Islam, But what Muhammad Reza Shah was beginning to do, what did do very effectively, we could continue providing the building and strengthening the Iranian identity and the Iranian culture and the Iranian heritage and the Iranian history and the Iranian traditions and rituals and everything that comes with it, right? So my understanding is that people don't choose their beliefs because because their beliefs they think their beliefs represents the objective reality the most. They do think that, but that's not why they pick them, right? So the problem with only focusing on debating Islam and exposing Islam is that it comes with the assumption that the people who are Muslim, they have picked Islam because they have done research, or their understanding is that this is the belief system that reflects reality the most. So if I could show them that it doesn't, then they would leave Islam. They do believe that that reflects reality, but that's not why they picked it. Beliefs for most people serves two purposes. Many of us who have switched our ideas, we switch them because we think that those beliefs do not represent reality, and that's why we have an assumption that other people hold on to their beliefs because they think it does represent reality. That is not the utility of belief for most people. The utility of belief for most people is two things: an identity card and a membership card. Your belief does two things for you. It gives you an identity, and it's also a membership into a group of people. So when people keep their belief, even if you expose Islam to them, the reason, and even if you're convincing, the reason why they don't make a switch is because they don't know any other identity. So think about it as like clothing. Your beliefs are something that you wear and you look in the mirror. So as an identity card, it means you look in the mirror and you see, like, is it comfortable? Does it fit me? Right? And also you wear it to go to the people that you're with. They also wear that. So for you to be accepted in their community, you need to wear the same clothing. So it's like a membership card, an identity card and a membership card. And if you're too attached to that identity and to that community, then even if I show you why the ideas are wrong, you still are not going to change that clothes because you haven't wore anything else and you feel uncomfortable without it. And because if you change your clothes, you're not going to be part of that community anymore, and you're too attached to that community. So the proper strategy, and again, this is a strategy by the people. The government should just focus on secularism. When it comes to the battle of ideas, that is our responsibility, not the government's responsibility, right? We don't want a government that is that has thought policing, that is doing morality, does have morality police, that is getting involved in deciding. We don't want a truth ministry. The government is responsible for providing us a safe environment where we could fight bad ideas ourselves as citizens, not as the government. And us as citizens, what we need to do is provide I mean, this is actually something that the government could get involved in as well, because it's about promoting a culture rather than telling people if they're right or wrong about something. When it comes to de-Islamization, instead of just exposing Islam, which is essential, what you also have to do is provide people with an alternative identity card and an alternative membership card. So you need to make the alternatives look attractive. It's not enough to make what you have look ugly. You also have to provide an attractive alternative. And in Iran, you could do that more than other places. For example, it's easier to do this in Iran than in Pakistan and Afghanistan, because we already have a very patriotic identity with deep roots and ancient roots that Iranian people already have a sense of belonging to. And that is why it's easier for Iranians to leave Islam, and that's why it has been easier for Iranians. We have seen the greatest mass exodus out of a religion in the history of mankind happen in the past 40 years in Iran, because the Iranian people have an alternative identity than the religious identity. This is why Iran has managed to switch religions multiple times. So Iran switched from Zoroastrianism to Sunni, and from Sunni to Shia, and now from Shia to no religion. And every time the switch was very fast, because their main identity is the Iranian identity that is tied to the land. So this is their secondary identity and their secondary membership card, because the original, more deep-rooted identity is the Iranian identity, which has historical ancient roots. And that's what you need to highlight and bring to surface, just like Mohammad Reza Shah was doing, as a way to push back against Islam identity and membership. Does that make sense? Does that? I don't know if that made any sense, but let me know if it did. You're muted. Or is it me? Is Ellie muted?
No, it was me. It was me. So what about I think in 2 generations, we can make the children of these regime supporters see themselves as more Iranian, like completely Iranian, than Islamists. And I think
so
what you said, yeah, banning it, not being allowed to teach it to children or in schools or anywhere, and those children growing up with the Iranian values, the nationalistic values that I think within 2 generations, not only did we not get rid of a couple million people in Iran, but we also added their children to our growing populace, and we gained those assets as full Iranian.
The greatest pushback against what we're doing is that Iran is the most anti-Islamic population in the world right now, right? So one thing that could happen that we need to be prepared for is anti-Islamic views will be so dominant in Iran that the next generation of the kids of the people with anti-Islamic views might want to rebel against it, and the people who are trying to push Islam might want to take advantage of the rebellious nature of teenagers, because it will be so much anti-Islamic views within certain communities and certain families, and because we have the internet, those children would not be in a bubble in those families, and there might be, the pendulum might want to swing to the other side, and some people might want to take advantage of the kids wanting to rebel against their parents and go back to some Islam. So that's something that we need to keep an eye on. Does that, do you guys understand what I'm saying here? Yeah.
And thank you, Ariane, for that question.
Did that make sense, Ariane?
Yeah, we hope so. Our next one is from Nyla. Thank you for the jewels, and says Unk alert, and more jewels saying stay hydrated. Oh, we do. We absolutely do. Thank you, Nyla. Russ, thanks for the super chat, saying I support true Iranians, no matter what they think of me.
Me, I think. But what they probably think positively of you. Why would they think negative?
Yeah. Huh. Well, thank you, Russ. Hope you didn't run into any problems.
No matter what
there.
they think of. Yeah.
And our next super chat is from KP, saying, Armin, what is this? India TV posted 4 hours ago. This is the headline. If you didn't see it, can you read the rest?
Okay. Iran's Supreme Leader Mojtaba Khamenei is in critical condition, rushed to hospital. Too much pressure? ? Love Auntie K. Love you, Auntie K. One day I'm gonna see you, and I'm gonna come and see you one day. I have an auntie in Florida, guys. This is amazing, Auntie K. Oh. And I saw that early. I think, isn't the source of that Channel 14? I'm just gonna wait until I don't know where this is. Ali, right? The source of this is Channel 14 again?
Yeah, we said that at the beginning of the stream. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So this is Channel 14. So it might be true. Not gonna take it seriously until it's confirmed. Yeah. But it might be true. I'm not gonna dismiss it. It might be true, but we don't know. And is it too much pressure?
Probably not.
Yeah, I mean,
Probably just his wounds.
hmm.
I mean, the guy got slammed with 12 rockets or 14 rockets and missiles from space. So, you know, if he's not dead, he's holding on.
Can hold. Okay, so how does cardboard do against pressure?
Nothing new. Cardboard tends to go up in flames against rockets, but pressure, I don't know, it breaks, it folds, crumples. So,
I can research.
thank you.
Okay, cardboard
Thank you, Auntie Kay.
resists heavy pressure using. I don't know how to pronounce that. That got too scientific too fast. But yes, probably not very well.
And thank you for the super chat. Our next one is from Saber Coaching saying, "Still love you, Armin. Gotta help the underdog."
I am the underdog. I am the underdog. Yes, Ali's growth. Okay, so I am the underdog because Ali's growth rate for his channel is more than mine. Okay, so don't look at the number of subscribers and views. Look at the growth rate. And his growth rate is much, much higher than me. So I am the underdog.
Oh, that's very convenient of you to look at some of the statistics there. You know, I only need 50 more subs to get to 5,000. 5,000 in 3 months.
He doubled his subscribers in 2 months. So so his growth rate is 100% per in 2 months. My growth rate is like 2%, like 1%. So I am the underdog.
To be fair, guys, I do have 4,000 subs and Armin has 94,000. I'm just saying.
And look at the number of live viewers per subscriber. So with I have 500 people watching. He has 400 people watching, and he's doing that with only 4,000 subscribers. So he's getting a lot more views per subscriber than me. So I am the underdog. Yes.
I don't know. Not yet. The numbers are still, numbers are numbers. Guys, you should sub. You should sub to our channels. Both of our channels. Wink, wink. All right. Oh man, I'm checking every second.
Ali wants boom boom so much. He's like refreshing.
It's Friday. It's time. Although they did strike in the morning last time on a Friday, so we'll see. Thank you, Saber Coaching. And Sarah Ocean with our next super chat. Thank you very much. Saying, "We had Shahs for thousands of years, but when His Royal Highness's grandpa beat the communists, he became Shah. Why was there no Shah when he defeated the communists?"
Okay, so there was, before. Okay, so Reza Shah, let me see, when years before his grandpa, so we had the Qajar dynasty. They were Shahs, and Reza Shah was a military man under the Qajar dynasty, and His Royal Highness's grandpa. Okay, so you mean Reza Shah? So Reza Shah, there was no time when there were commies in charge, and I think you're talking. The Reza Shah wasn't dealing with the commies. Reza Shah was mostly he was, but he was dealing with separatists of all kinds, trying to tear Iran apart. There was no period where there was no Shah. He was serving as a military man under the Qajar dynasty. The Qajar dynasty fell. They had a council, and he wanted to create a republic. They disagreed with him. They said, "You need to be Shah." I think he was trying to become president. They said, no, that doesn't work. You need to be a Shah. and then he became the Shah. There was no period that the commies were in charge. I mean, maybe unless I'm missing something. Let me see. Was there a period where before Reza Shah where there was no Shah in charge and there were commies in charge? Maybe I missed. Maybe Sarah knows more about this than I do. Let me see. Maybe a short period of time. I don't think so. Let me look that up.
Yeah, Gandalf is saying Reza Shah was dealing with the Bolsheviks, which is true. He was dealing with the Russians, basically, yeah.
So Reza Khan saved the nation from Soviet-backed communist control in 1921 before establishing the Pahlavi monarchy. Okay, so maybe you're right. A Soviet-backed communist state name, yeah. So the Soviet Republic of Gilan was declared on June 4th, 1920. So, but at that time, we still had the Qajar monarch. The Qajars were still in place. The Qajar monarch, Ahmad Shah, was completely powerless and absent during this period until his disposition on October 31st, 1925. Reza Khan executed a historic military coup on February 21, 1921, to restore order to a collapsing nation. October 1921, Reza Khan decisively defeated the communist insurgents and restored national integrity. His victory over red insurgents paved the way for his coronation as Reza Shah Pahlavi, April 1926. So technically, there was no time that there was no Shah. It's true that Ahmad Shah was completely powerless, but he was Shah. Ahmad Shah was officially the Shah till 1925, and Reza Shah became Shah in 1926. So the only way you could argue that there was no Shah between 1920 and 1925 is if you argue that Ahmad Shah was completely powerless. But I mean, that's stretching it. Technically, he was the Shah. Right? Does that make sense?
I think so. So he dethrones the Qajar Shah?
Yes.
That's what Sarah's asking.
Yes. I mean, yes. So, yep.
Okay. There we go. Thank you so much, Sarah, for the super chat.
Thank you.
Thousands of years. And our next one is from Ghalibaf Profile Pic saying, praise be to Allah. And I'm going to be the crap out of means deal incoming. Trump quiet on Iran means boom booms incoming. Sure hope so.
We'll see.
Sure hope so. Check again. Nothing but the Houthis fighting Yemeni forces and Saudi militias. Nope, that's all we got. Thank you, Ghalibaf Profile Pic, for the super chat. And our next one is from Ekamor saying, one for Ali. May the best win. Islam is false.
The best did win. Islam is false. Guys, did you decide the punishment for Ali?
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys decide?
Have mercy.
Tell me.
Guys, little old me? I mean, the newcomer? Come on, guys. Surely.
Yes.
Thank you, Ekamor. And our next super chat is from...
Time. No, guys, the Santur will be for next time because he needs to prepare it. And he needs to lose again next time.
Yeah.
Yes, he needs to say. So, guys, if you want the Santur next time, I should win again next time, okay? But for today, what did we do for today? Okay. Nechama.
Dang, actually, yeah. Anyway, our next super chat is from Nechama saying, Ali, many hearts here are with you as your heart is with her.
No.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that. I'm going to actually screenshot that. There we go. Thank you very much.
That's
Appreciate
beautiful.
that. Yeah, we'll
That
find
was
out.
beautiful.
I'll find out tomorrow morning more information, and it depends on what happens. Yeah. Thank you. And our next super chat is from Nail Bunny, saying Islam and communists fear a free Iran. 90 million people ready to step up to any microphone
No,
and tell the
no,
truth about
no, you
Marxist
read that
Islamism.
wrong. You read that down. Not fear for Iran, fear a free Iran.
Is that not what I said?
I thought you said fear for Iran. Never mind.
Oh,
Maybe I,
no. Fear a free Iran. Yeah.
okay.
They
90
fear
million
a free
people
Iran
today.
because 90 million people are ready to step up to any microphone and tell the truth about Marxist Islamism. Can't wait.
Yes. Can't wait either.
You know,
100%.
depends on if they're willing to listen. Depends on if a lot of the countries around the world and the people are willing to listen.
I bet you if 90 million Iranians come online, freely come online, that would be hard to ignore. So yeah,
Sure
Nail
hope
Bunny,
so.
I can't wait either.
Sure hope so. Thank you, Nail Bunny, for the super chat. Our next
Yeah,
one is
thank
from Audizu, saying, Addy, stay strong. We love you.
Yay.
Thank you very
Yes.
much.
Thank you. You guys are so kind. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, very kind. Thank you very much. Hope you're doing well, Artizu. Merci. And our next one is from Redneck Jeep, saying shorter version. Shorter version. He mentioned M103 in Canada. Do you know what that is? It sounds like a tank. I don't know.
That isn't that the law regarding trans pronouns and stuff? I don't know. Is that what it is?
It is a
Like,
tank,
isn't that the
but
one?
it's also a law.
Isn't that the? Oh yeah, isn't that the one Jordan Peterson?
Condemn Islamophobia. Called on the federal government to condemn Islamophobia in all forms of systemic racism and religion. So it's against. It's for Islam. It's pro-Islam. Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yes. So it's a non-binding Canadian parliamentary motion focused on condemning Islamophobia and religion. Yeah, I remember this. This was so disgusting. This is the first time that we had Islamophobia officially on government documents. Disgusting.
Yikes. Thank you, Redneck Jeep. Giving us some pretty good info with your super chats. Appreciate that. And our Navy mom with the 10 jewels. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
The next one is from Flying Robot Duck, who says, how accurate is AI like ChatGPT and Google on facts about Israel and Gaza and the war in Iran? Is it biased?
It's extremely biased if you don't set it right. But yeah, go on, Eddie.
Yeah, it's not that great. It doesn't have, like, because there's an information war at the moment, it's going to be pretty inaccurate. Give it like another 5 years and come back. But
no,
meanwhile,
don't wait 5 years. No, don't give it 5 years. Just
us.
go into. No, yeah, but you could also fix it. So instead of just asking AI, like instead of going to the homepage of ChatGPT or Gemini and asking questions, go to the gems or project section and put some instructions there, and you could make it so perfect. You just say like, this is the criteria for sources. This is how you fact check things. This is what you like you could make it perfect if you know how to set up a good gem on Gemini or a good project on ChatGPT, right? So, one thing, by the way, if you don't want to do that, just every time you ask it a question, just say, don't be PC, don't be woke. And even if you just say that, if you're lazy to create a project like that or a gem, even if you say that, it doesn't fix it, but makes it a little better. Like, don't give me woke answers. Just if you say that, or say like, hey, I'm very anti-woke, so don't be woke, don't be PC. Just say that. It fixes it a little bit. If you do that, it fixes it a little bit. But if you make a proper gem with proper instructions or a proper project with proper instructions, then you could make it very, very objective.
Thank you, Duck. Hope that helps. And our next super chat, or our next Expendable Labrador, I don't like that
Yes,
username.
the goat
Says,
trophy.
with the 1,000 jewels and goat trophy. Here were the goats.
Yes, guys, we have a goat trophy in the gift basket if you want to use it.
Thank you. And our next one is from Saber Coaching, saying, make Ali do Baba Karam or Qair for us with music. No. I'm not going to get up and dance for you guys. I'm not going to do that. I'm never going to live that down. Imagine all the people in the future can come back and grab that. I'm reading the chat here. Oh, okay, gotcha. Cool.
Oh, I know. We could make Ali say, I lied yesterday that I said this is a cow.
Ooh.
And this is actually a goat. You know what? Given that you guys didn't give me any recommendations, I'm going to undo what you guys did before. So Ali is going to be like, I lied yesterday when I said this is a cow. It's actually a goat. Yeah, there we go. Great.
All right, fine. All right, guys, I lied. That's actually not a cow. That is a goat.
There we go. Back to being a goat. Fantastic. We fixed yesterday's mistake. There you go. Thank you.
Joseph with the 440 jewels saying Unk alert. Thank you very much. And Golibov profile pic for the 10 jewels. Thank you very much. Oh, more and more saying hiding.
Thank you.
Thank you, Golibov profile pic. Koala Katie says, I'm the third oldest of Ali's 3 months and proud of it, of the members. You're absolutely killing it, Ali. Thank you for all your hard work.
Yes.
Thank you, Koala Katie. Thank you, Katie.
Thank you.
I did not expect for it to be this much work. I think, the classic thing where you see people talking on YouTube and you're like, I could do that. It's just talking. Like, I just turn on the microphone and start talking. Yeah, it's actually, there's a bit more to it, turns out.
That's a lot to it. Oh my God.
Yeah. Thank you, Koala Katie. Especially if you're doing 5 live streams a day. It's insane. Our next one is from James Moore saying, surely it can't be that much of an argument to make a death cult illegal. Open cans. When you open a can, worms begin to crawl out. A lot of people will. A lot of people will make that argument to make Islam illegal. It's going to be one of the major talking points. Guys, if you're trying to find my channel, if you take a look in the chat of our live stream here, the link is right there. Or, yeah, it's right there in the chat.
It can't be that much of an argument to make a death cult illegal. But I mean, I know what he's doing. He's opening a can of worms for us to start debating this, right? But so you could have a death cult that advocates for what a death cult advocates for. And for example, United States, the law can't get involved until you actually want to do like a human sacrifice. Or imagine you have like a small death cult, right, in the United States. Okay, and you call yourself a death cult. You're not even hiding it. And you believe people need to be sacrificed to your deity or whatever, right? In the United States, we can't, like, the law can't do anything against you until you actually go ahead and try to kill somebody or find somebody to sacrifice to your God or something. Like, there's no stopping you for advocating and saying, like, here, this is our death cult, here's our pamphlet, we plan to sacrifice people to our deity. I mean, you might get monitored and go under heavy observation, but they can't come and arrest you or anything like that. They were like, oh my God, these people are dangerous. Let's keep an eye on them. That's as far as it could go. But nobody could come arrest you or find you or shut your organization down or anything like that.
We can make an exception. No, I'm kidding. But thank you, James Moore. You know what? You're going to have to wait, and you're going to see a whole bunch of arguments for and against that.
you know that this is going to be challenging because people like me, for example, who's been fighting for 20 years against Islam, because we are also been fighting for free speech, people are going to come and accuse us of traitors and sympathetic to Islam. You know, because I think the way to fight Islam is to expose Islam and also to advocate against Islam and also to provide alternatives to Islam, but not to ban Islam, right? And that word itself is going to get you into trouble with so many anti-Islamic people as somebody who is sympathetic to Islam or too soft on Islam. But I think actually the people who want to ban Islam, they are soft on Islam, because what I'm suggesting against Islam is more efficient against Islam. I promise you that trying to ban Islam helps Islam. Again, I don't want to go into a full discussion right now about why, but I know this with close to absolute certainty that any attempt to ban Islam grows Islam. It helps Islam. It spreads Islam. And I know a lot of people disagree with me on that, but I know what I'm talking about here.
Thank you, James Moore.
Thank you.
And our next one is from RG Rappaport, says, for the game and for the team.
Yes.
Player. Thank you for the super chat. It's usually super stickers, so when he sends a super chat, I'm like, whoa. Thank you for that. And our next one is from Mommy123, saying, Muhammad had 10 wives, or more than 10 wives. Couldn't keep his dudul in his pants.
Oh my God. You know, when we were kids in Iran, they told us a story about how kind Muhammad was. How kind, okay? So this is how kind Muhammad was, right? With his wives, right? Muhammad was so equal with his wives that even though he preferred to spend every night with Aisha, his child wife, but he had so many multiple wives, and the rule was that he had to spend one night with each. So Muhammad himself didn't have a home. Each wife had a home, and every night he would have to spend the night with one of them. And we were told that even though he would wish that he could spend every night with Aisha, he was so generous and kind to his wives and wanted to treat them equally that he would spend one night with each wife until it's his favorite. His favorite night is the one that he gets to spend with Aisha, but he would wait until it gets her turn so he could stay with her. But that's how good of a husband he was, that instead of spending every night with Aisha, he was spending it with everybody equally. But when he was getting close to his death, Aisha went to all the wives and said, can you please let her stay with me now every night, because you know he would prefer to stay with me. And the wives of Aisha were and this is a Sunni version, not like a Shia version. This is what it is. The wives of the wives of Muhammad were so kind and so understanding that they were like, yes, it's okay, let him just stay with you, Aisha, instead of with
they hated him.
with us. Yes.
They hated him.
Okay.
And
so romantic, guys. Oh my God, so sweet, so romantic, so wholesome.
Thank you for the super chat. Our next one is from Ushani, says, Ali, are you single? Never answering comments like that. I apologize. Because one of the things is like, people will come and they already have tried to find out information about me. So I've actually had to go and delete like everything that I possibly could about myself. So I just try to keep blank slate. But yeah, appreciate that though.
Thank you.
Our next one is from 40 Winks with the 1,000 jewels and the goat trophy.
Goat trophy again.
Goat.
Thank you. Goat trophy. The goat trophy is our favorite among the sticker stuff. The gift.
Thank
stuff.
you, 40 Winks. And Budman's wife with the 2 jewels in the silver star. Thank you for that as well. Joanne says, is sending a message of love and strength. Thank you very much, Joanne. Appreciate you. It's a heart and a bicep emoji.
How do you tell? I don't see it, but okay, thank you.
Oh yeah, I don't know why. Sometimes I can see them and sometimes you can't, and vice versa as well. So I'm not sure.
Oh, interesting.
But thank you, Joanne. And Ushani says Islam has been hidden under anti-racism. It's not a race. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the Canadian law was against Islamophobia and racism, systemic racism.
Yes, the Islamic race.
Doesn't even make any sense. All right. Thank you guys. Honestly, thank you guys so much for coming today. Didn't have my map up today, but I did make sure to gather what was going on, which again wasn't too much. And that in itself should speak for, a little bit of a lull, a pause in the news, a quiet, unnerving quiet. I have this weird feeling, and I've had this weird feeling today. It's Friday. CENTCOM's gotten everything they need. Trump's pretty done with them. Something should be happening. Even if it is striking and pulling back and letting the Arab countries eat rockets and missiles, I feel like something should be happening soon. Before the midterms, I feel like something is going to be happening. Just doesn't make any sense to be waiting. So last time when they killed Ali Khamenei, they killed him at 9 a.m. in the morning? It's 8 in the morning. So that would be tonight for us, ladies and gentlemen.
Ali's going to be refreshing his Twitter feed every 10 minutes?
Oh yeah, I'm going to be checking all the time. What I do is when I'm on my computer and I'm not doing any sort of work, I'll still have one of my monitors be my news monitoring program that I have, and I'm just waiting. I'm just just looking.
Yes.
So
F5,
guys, please.
Yeah, F5.
Please remember to subscribe to both of our channels. It's Ali Samani and Liberty Politics. And
I will put the link of Ali's channel every day. I will put the link to Ali's channel in my chat. And I will also put the link to Liberty Politics in Ali's chat. There we go. Awesome. All right, guys, that was us. I want to thank the people who have subscribed. I want to thank the people who have hit the bell notification. I want to thank the people who have liked the stream. Thank you so much, guys. That has a huge impact.
Thank you, guys.
And also the people who leave comments. You guys are amazing. And also the people who share our videos and our channel. Word of mouth is apparently the best way to grow a channel. So all the people who are sharing our content and recommending other people to subscribe to us, thank you so much. That has a huge impact. I appreciate all of you guys. We'll be here every single day. And we'll be here again same time tomorrow. And until then, I'm Israel Chai, Slava Ukrainian, Cuba Libre, Taiwan Jiao, Long live America. Javisha, Payande, Iran.